Water.
Earth.
Fire.
Air.
The false Avatar Yun and his destructive campaign of revenge is at an end, brought down by the true Avatar Kyoshi. But the delay in locating and training her, as well as the disastrous actions of Earth Sage Jianzhu, have left the Earth Kingdom weak and vulnerable. Bandit groups known as Dao Fei vie for power and territory, and even the citizens behind the walls of Ba Sing Se are not safe. Remnants of the Fifth Nation, a southern water tribe pirate group, and the Yellownecks, a particularly brutal outlaw organisation, still linger in the shadows, waiting for the opportunity to strike. With the Earth Kingdom in disarray and Kyoshi needing competent allies to help restore balance, who will answer the call?
G'day, I'm Brandon. I'm playing Keeko Moo, Waterbender from the Southern Water Tribe, and I'm just looking for a good time.
Hello, my name's Andrew. I'm playing Jedd, the disgraced Airbender.
Hello, my name is Archie. I play Ted, the Airbender. I'm travelling with my brother Jedd to assist Kyoshi in her fight.
Hi, I'm Bree, and I'm playing Lilly Hannah from the Earth Kingdom, and she is a small child who gets in trouble.
Hi, I'm Dragon. I'm playing the character Tilla, who is a Sandbender from the Earth Nation.
And I'm Owen, the Dungeon Master of our Avatar Legends campaign, The Legacy of Kyoshi, which starts right now. Hello there, lovely listener. This is just a warning to let you know that this episode of The Legacy of Kyoshi may contain adult language or adult themes. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello! Welcome back, everybody. Hey, indeed. Welcome back to the Legacy of Kyoshi campaign, the premier Avatar Legends campaign that you can find right here on the Lost Archives. If you're listening to this on the podcast, watching live on Twitch, or catching up to the old vlogs on YouTube, thank you so much. It is wonderful to have you here once again. We are ready and raring to go. It has been a little bit since our last session. We had to postpone one of the sessions, and then last week we did our special 1.5k subscribers Q&A. So thank you so much, everybody who subscribed on YouTube to get us to that
thank
number.
you guys.
We got through every single one of the questions that was asked before we went live, and a number of the questions that we got while we were live. Remember, if there's any questions you wanted to ask about the campaign, make sure you chuck them as a comment underneath the YouTube video for the 1.5k subs, or under this one. This one's fine too. And I'll answer them ASAP. Otherwise, you can catch them on the Discord as well. Okay, we already have an advantage redeemed for tonight. This one's from one of our YouTube members' tabs. Andrew, you're starting off with an advantage, and I quote, "Just in case you don't have the brain cell tonight." Yes, we do not yet know out of Ted or Jedd who has the brain cell. So we will be finding out very shortly. I'm very certain we will be finding out shortly, because holy shit, we ended the last session on the whole session. I believe the title I picked did a good job of summarizing what to expect from that episode. Pure chaos. It was just
I think how we describe it is swish, swoosh.
No, we're not allowed to make words.
And then
Yeah. Then I'm not allowed to make noises. Thank you.
I think that's how we describe it.
Archie, I'm going to make this
said I'm not allowed
really...
to.
I want to
You
make
said
this
I'm not
crystal
allowed to.
clear. You absolutely can make noises. You then need to follow it up with words. so that the people who are listening to the podcast can enjoy the audio only experience. What you did.
Right.
Because they can't see your hands moving.
Yeah, but they should just know.
Look, I didn't see either, and I knew what was happening, but
It's
we
been,
do
it's
share a
been
brain
like,
cell.
it's
To
been
be
like
fair,
3 or 4 years.
I
They
don't
should
know if
by
the
now.
hand movements made it much easier. One of the hand movements he made was taking his 2 index fingers and poking them together in front of his face. So it's hard to say. It's
That
hard
was
to
the
say.
crossfire.
What was wrong with that?
Everyone knew what that was.
Maybe they had like an omnidirectional mic, then like they could just hear the bushes around each side and they'll know.
Yeah, we need some
ASM
like
archives.
Exactly, the lost ASM archives. I did just in case someone tries to steal that name. I did make a channel with that name as a backup on YouTube. It has no videos on it yet. But I guess this is a fun announcement I can share. One of my work colleagues who's a massive Lego fan flat out bullied me into purchasing the Dungeons and Dragons Lego set, which is now sitting right behind me. I am faced with 2 options, and you can tell me below how you want me to do this. On one hand, I thought it could be kind of fun to record the entire build from start to finish with a camera over the shoulder, I'll talk into the microphone nice and soft, and we can hear the little clicky clacks of the Lego bricks. Do a bit of ASMR. Or I can try and do it more as like a stop motion thing where I take loads and loads of photos. My personal preference is the ASMR one. Stop motion so much work. I used to do a bit of stop motion when I was in high school, and it's a lot of work. Please vote for the ASMR. Please.
Hear me out.
Sounds great.
ASMR all day.
Drunk science.
Drunk science?
Yeah,
we do need to
drunk
restart
science.
the drunk science. So there's only one thing stopping me doing drunk science as a regular stream, and that's my full-time job the next morning, where I often have to head into surgery to give people advice, where I cannot be drunk. I cannot be alcohol intoxicated, which is why I am forced to drink light beers during the session. I cannot be inebriated for those things. So I will, look, drunk science will be starting up again. It will have to wait until I can do it reliably on like a Friday night, which is not quite the case, or when I don't have to worry about work in the morning, which may be sooner than we think.
That doesn't sound like anything an alcoholic government says. I just have to get drunk reliably, and I have to worry about work in the morning.
It's true. We do need to get, because Raph was obviously my partner in crime for drunk science, but I think it could be fun to have like a revolving cast of guests who come in, get drunk with me, and then we just answer your science questions. I think that'd be loads of fun. And like, part of the fun is going to be finding
people
out
who don't know anything about science.
Well, part of the fun is like when I'm drunk enough. When I'm drunk enough, I don't really know what I'm saying either. So like, part of the fun is trying to figure out what's real and what's not, like what's actual science and what's just drunken ramblings. So it's quite enjoyable.
That's fair.
Obviously, drink responsibly is the message of the Lost Archives. Now, I believe, did we have an announcement from anyone else before we start up and running?
Yeah!
Did you have an announcement to share, Archie?
I do. I have a really good announcement.
A really good
Is it
announcement, eh?
about Uncle Grandpa Magic Pocket Man?
No, I haven't figured out what the TV show is.
No, we've agreed. I'm pretty certain we've all agreed that you made that up. That it's just conflation and never existed.
I will die on this hill that he has not made it up, even though I have no say in the matter.
Oh, I know 100% I probably have at this point. But
Have you heard back from the creators of Avatar? I mean, you messaged them a couple of months ago.
I have messaged him. I still no reply. I assume he's.
Have you followed up?
They're pretty busy on the Dragon Prince.
I assume he's watching all of the episodes of the Lost Archives first before he gives us his opinion.
There's like 600 videos up. Not because we've done that many D&D or Avatar sessions, but because I also occasionally dabble in Let's Plays that go for
I assume he's watching it all. That's
all
what
of
he's
it.
doing.
The entire discography or filmography.
Everything.
Filmography? I don't think
These
it counts as
season's gonna be a bit
filmography.
late, guys.
YouTubeography.
YouTubeography. I like it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So did you have some fun news to share, or is
I'm
this...
getting kicked out of my house in a couple months.
What?
Hey!
You and I have a very different definition of fun news, Archie. That sounds really shit. Sorry, mate. That's rough. So you got a bit of time? It sounds like a little bit. Not as much as would be nice. Yeah.
But a little bit.
So like, I feel like the sometimes a little bit good, sometimes a little bit shit works well here, where you've got like enough that it's not the worst, but not enough that you can kind of do a lot with it.
It could have been worse.
Could have been worse. Could have been better.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that, mate.
The owners do know. It was their decision. Thank you.
So
Thanks for asking.
Thanks. So what can we do? What can we do to help? Do you need everyone? So the owner's address is 22. No.
Just leak that immediately.
Egg their house.
It's not Halloween. It doesn't matter. We could look.
That's fun.
Okay. So everyone send your cardboard boxes to Archie's place so he can start to build a new house in the backyard.
Please don't. We have so much cardboard.
But enough to build a new home?
Honestly, maybe.
Maybe. Okay. Fantastic. Bree's mum wants to know if thoughts and prayers might help.
Sure.
She's such a sarcastic shit.
I need a place to stay. Can I stay a few? Yes, thoughts and prayers.
What about just prayers? Because I definitely don't have any thoughts.
What if I'm a massive atheist and I can't provide prayers? Andrew and I together can get you covered. We can be one thought and prayer each. Oh my god.
Treatment. Facts and logic him. That'll make me feel better.
Oh my god. Fucking hell, I did not expect that. That got me good. It was good. Oh, fucking hell. Sorry to hear that, mate. If there's anything we can do to help, let us know, obviously. On or offline, whatever you're more comfortable with. If
anyone wants to buy a house and rent it to me, go ahead.
Look, I don't think I could afford your house, if I'm being honest. It's quite a nice place you got there.
Afford any house.
And you're currently in New South Wales, which is, I believe,
No, he's not.
Victoria.
I'm in Vic.
That's okay. It's even worse then. I believe the technical term.
I'm in cheap Vic.
I don't think there's a thing.
There's cheap houses in Australia. Where?
Not really. Not really.
It's pretty cheap Vic.
Well, let us. Yeah.
Victoria's quite a bit cheaper than like Sydney area.
Yeah, but that's not a benchmark. Sydney's
Sydney
fucked.
area doesn't
The
count.
housing
That's
market in
wild.
Sydney is professionally described as a
Most
shithole.
of New South Wales sucks.
Fucked,
Victoria, you have some decent options.
Mate, I think it's time for you to move up to the Gold Coast,
No.
Archie. You can afford a house up here.
I'll be honest. There's been a lot of conversations about moving.
Come up to the Gold Coast. It's really lovely. You and I can hang out. We'll go to the beach. I'm stealing your friend,
It's
Andrew.
really
I'm stealing your
hot,
friend.
though.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
I know.
Melbourne gets hotter.
That's why I left. That's why I left Queensland, was because it's like
Come back.
humidity.
But global warming's going to freeze out it's going to melt the ice caps and freeze us all anyway.
Yeah, it's called global warming.
No, but that's only the first part. It starts off warming, and then as soon as the fresh water drops into the ocean and the ice caps aren't there to reflect sunlight, it rapidly cools.
I'll be dead by then.
And you're closer to
I wouldn't count on that.
Antarctica is
I'll
more
make
water,
sure.
so
I'll make sure.
We're going to be pissing off a lot of people tonight. First, we make fun of thoughts and prayers, and now we're talking about global warming.
Sorry, I
What
can
are you going to
always
say next? The
housing
Earth's not
crisis.
flat.
I can always edit this. It's all G.
So
I don't
it's
think
an average
that's correlated.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
So,
Good-
are we
good-
playing Avatar? Like, what's happening?
Guys,
We're-
quickly.
No, it's another Q&A session.
would it be pretty brutal if I brought us to Ba Sing Se and we started talking about the housing market in Ba Sing Se? Would that be too real right now?
Look, I pulled Charizard EX.
Well done,
I'm
mate.
so mad.
I'm just gonna send my thoughts and prayers to Sweet Pea in chat.
Pretty cool.
Charizard.
Just
oh my god!
free thoughts and
Sweet
prayers.
pig.
Oh my.
That's rough. That's rough, buddy.
Yeah, good. Good luck, dude.
Godspeed, man.
I think it's time to head to
What?
Rapture.
What?
Let's Bioshock this shit up.
Yeah.
So,
Feels
well,
like
I've been waiting for this.
Alrighty,
I
let
love
us...
Bioshock. I've played those games like 10 times. Let's go.
10 times. That's a good amount of times. Let us jump into the session. I think it's time we do our recap. So, we've got a lot of recap to go over. A lot of shit went down last session. Mostly, I don't want to say triggered, incepted by Ted's deliberate actions, but it was, so it's all Ted's fault, if you were wondering. Let's do the recap.
What happened?
You're about to find out.
Let's find out.
It's been 3 years since the false avatar Yun has been struck down, and the world now knows the name of the true avatar, Kyoshi. With the Earth Kingdom weak and vulnerable, Kyoshi and her partner Rangi have moved out to the Akoya Peninsula, sending out a message to each of the 4 nations. Come and help the avatar build a better future. Answering the call are brothers Ted and Jedd of the Air Nation, Keeko of the Southern Water Tribe, Lilly from Ba Sing Se, and Tilla from the Siwong Oasis. After capturing some bandits plaguing the nearby settlement of Koru, the team are tracking missing cargo and suspected piracy in the ocean surrounding the Southern Water Tribe. Now teamed up with Avatar Kyoshi and 3 pirate hunters, Kyu, Yara, and Ko, the team have arrived on a small island off the coast of the Southern Air Nation archipelago, having followed clues leading them to a secret meeting between the 5th Nation and the Yellownecks. Anchoring in some mangroves just offshore, the team spotted a number of ships beached along the shoreline, a larger tall ship back in the harbour, and a concerning number of 5th Nation soldiers crawling across the island. While Ted and Kyoshi departed for the Southern Air Temple to get a kite for Jedd and Kyoshi as well as some supplies, the rest of the group planned their disguises. After securing the staves, Ted and Kyoshi made their way back to the temple entrance, bumping into Ted's old master, Sayan. Ted, clearly befuddled by seeing his old teacher once again, disclosed way too much information to Sayan and Kyoshi, revealing exactly what had happened with a certain sunset spirit a few days earlier, and essentially blaming the entire situation on his brother Jedd. Meanwhile, back at the boat, the rest of the team planned their disguises to infiltrate the 5th Nation camp and the Yellownecks. Just as Ted and Kyoshi arrived back at the boat, the sunset spirit appeared again to pay its debt to the party, Kyoshi immediately preparing to go on the attack. Able to briefly defuse the Avatar and prevent their position from being given away, Kyoshi agreed to hold her questions until after the pirates were dealt with. Making their way ashore in the cover of some waterbend mist, the team suddenly spotted a large Fire Nation warship pulling into the harbour, flying the flag of the Fifth Nation. Striding off the boat and onto the beach, Admiral Kong led a group of pirates, followed by a figure in chains, a figure that our good friend Keeko recognised as his close friend Sonark, son of the chief of the Southern Water Tribe. Time now of the essence, the team split into two groups. While Keeko, Tilla and Jedd infiltrated the campsite, pretending to be a forward scouting group of bandits and pirates, Ted, Lilly, Kyoshi and the pirate hunters stayed in the shadows. Initially able to talk their way into the campsite and make introductions to a grizzled pirate by the name of Crake, the group soon found themselves welcomed amongst the partying pirates. That is until Lilly crawled too close to the edge of a ledge, plummeted through the cloth roof, landing squarely in the middle of the gathering. While it was looking like the whole plan was about to fall apart, some quick thinking from Lilly diverted the pirates' attention toward the Yellownecks, convincing them that their leader King had been carelessly sharing the details of this meeting. She wasn't able to prevent a group of pirates heading out to search the island, though. With the search party now off across the island, Lilly used the opportunity to try and win over Crake, successfully convincing him of King's incompetence and making him rethink the proposed alliance with the Yellownecks. Deciding that he needed to speak with Admiral Kong urgently, Crake requested Lilly accompany him as evidence of King's inability to keep secret meetings secret. Just as the party were about to make their way to the shoreline, they'd decided on outing King to the Fifth Nation, some of the search party returned having found the team's boats. With pirates now actively aware intruders were on the island, the group hurried over to the beachhead, intent on getting ahead of the impending discovery of their friends. Stepping out onto the beach, the team were now surprised to find King standing amongst the bonfires, heading inside the largest tent at the end of the beach. With King now out of sight, Jedd strode over to the remaining Yellownecks, while Lilly planned to sneak aboard the Fire Nation ship in search of blasting jelly. Meanwhile, Ted had been staying to the shadows with Kyoshi and the pirate hunters, avoiding the patrols and making his way up to the bluff above the beach. Looking down from the cliff face, Ted watched as Jedd made a bit of a mess of his introduction, freezing up when asked his name. Knowing only one way to help his brother, Ted blasted a stream of air from atop the bluff, attempting to extinguish the flames, instead blasting Jedd into the woman who had asked his name and alerting the entire camp to his presence. The beach was soon plunged into chaos as the benders amongst the pirates began to unleash shards of ice, stone, and blasts of fire up towards Ted. Leaping into the dark sky and flying low over the beach, using his special skill maneuvering, the poorly aimed shrapnel rained down onto the pirates, Fifth Nation, and the rest of the party. With the beach now turned into a battle zone, Ted shot out and away over the ocean, heading back to the Southern Air Temple, leaving his friends and his family behind. We left off last session as the remaining party on the beach dealt with the fallout, just managing to convince Crake they had nothing to do with the chaos. Right as they had decided to head over to one of the ships for protection, Admiral Kong emerged from the tent, using his glass bending to sever the chest, cut open the chest of one of the pirates on watch, and blaming him for the damage. And that is where we left off last session. As Ted speeds off low over the water, the beach in absolute chaos, Keeko, Jedd, Lilly, and Tilla, you are left behind on the beachhead. Tilla, you had moved over with Crake to help bury the body of the Fifth Nation lookout. A younger gentleman, I think we described him sort of being about 18, 19 years old, having been cut down by Admiral Kong's glass bending. As you head over to help Crake bury the body, Lilly, you had been intending to kind of sneak aboard the Fire Nation warship anyway, but now with the revelation of an Airbender hiding amongst the camp and having brushed off, Crake has kind of hinted that you need to be kept safe and has actually asked Keeko to accompany you over to one of the ships and put you in the brig for your own safety. Jedd, we left off with you as you were flirting with Kate, the Fifth Nation woman who you crashed into and then slammed into the water. So
you're welcome.
That's where we left off last session. Who do we want to jump in with first? Should we jump in with Jedd? I think let's start. Let's jump in with Jedd. I think we really need to. I think we need to jump in with Jedd. Specifically, Jedd, we left off as you. What was the line again? I think she said you need to work on your sandbending. blasted it everywhere, shot me off my
I
feet.
can't remember.
And then you said, I think you said, if I remember correctly, you said, I didn't mean to. Was it no? Yeah. I'll get better with my sandbending, but I'd already been swept off my feet by you, or something along those lines. It was pretty bad.
Please, no, stop.
So,
The day
As
I
she-
fell in love with Andrew.
as you and every viewer, as she stands there, sort of looking at you, as you say this cheesy line, she goes, "Look, you did save my life. Very, very grateful for that. That was insane. All that stuff raining down. I would have expected a better aim from the Fifth Nation." So this is exactly why Ted intercepted, is because Jedd froze up. Jedd froze up.
He's building up his-
Because I'm
building up
dying
his
over it for
riz.
some reason.
He's building up his riz. I think he's hacking out a lung. But if they're the same thing in your mind, Brandon, then let's go.
It's part of the process.
Half a lung, double the riz. It's a 1-to-1 equation.
Ali's the lucky lady.
Yeah.
Hey, love.
Jedd.
I think they were just caught off guard, surprisingly, actually. But yeah, you would expect them to be better trained, as like I sort of say that bit a bit quieter, because I don't really want to get murdered.
I can tell you with a lot of certainty right now, Jedd, as you look around, no one's paying attention to you and Kate. The focus is on the injured. There were a number of Fifth Nation pirates who took pretty bad hits, and two of the Yellownecks who were part of that group also took a pretty bad hit. You've got to keep in mind that Ted went whoosh, whoosh, like it was really bad for those on the beach.
That was a Normandy.
Yeah. I mean, when you rely on your special skill maneuvering, things are going to go down. I don't know if you remember, but
Well, if you guys had the same skill, then you would have
I
been
don't even know if
fine.
that skill did anything there, did
it
it?
gives him a +1 to relying on skills and training. It's not. He already has it. It's not a special thing. He tried to argue that it was, though. Yeah, Jedd, she stands there. Look at you. Know that no one's really paying attention to you right now. But as you say that, look around furtively. She laughs a little bit and goes, "Yeah, that was close there for a second. Who was that? He looks like an airbender. Sorry, he was an airbender, but he looks like some sort of monk. He was dressed in the robes with the tattoos and everything. And I mean, we're near the Southern Air Temple. You don't think the monks would have been monitoring this, would you? I thought we picked this area because the air nomads can be trusted to not give a shit."
Well, I was speaking to what's his name? Brain blank.
My name's Ted.
No, not you. Leave my brain. Leave my brain.
I think
Craig?
it's very
Craig.
obvious to me. Craig, not Craig.
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 Very obvious to me who
Okay.
has the brain cell, and it's not Ted or Jedd.
God damn it! Not again. But yeah, I was speaking to Craig, and apparently they found another person here, but she was sent by a king.
Actually, that raises a good question. I don't know you. Sorry, you didn't come in with our group. Did you come here separately, or how did you get here?
Yeah. Separate mission. King sent us separately for some reason.
I can't believe he keeps doing this. Like, how are we supposed to know what the plans are if he won't share them with us? I mean, he didn't even mention that there'd be another group here.
Yeah, and then we almost go into a massive fight in the cave system.
Cave system?
Because-
Which cave
Well,
system?
This, like the little tent area.
Oh,
Like
we
inside
haven't been to the deeper part of the island. We only got here 20-30 minutes ago. We've only been on the beach. I didn't know there was more to this. I did see some Fifth
Oh.
Nation wandering in and out of the crevice there. I didn't
Yeah,
realize
that's where they're held up in there.
they've got a whole area down there.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, that's good to know. How
yeah,
how
but
many
no,
of them are there? Would you say? Just got to think of contingencies in this case. There could be. I mean, after all this shit that's gone down, I think we need to be prepared for something going wrong potentially.
More than there are of us.
Yeah, I was afraid of that. We were told that it was only going to be small groups. King was a bit surprised when he drew up the boat. Seemed shocked that there were so many. I think he was under the impression it'd be a smaller group.
Yeah, well...
So, sorry, so he's got more people coming. I mean, maybe that'll help turn the tide. If there's you, could there be other people coming as well?
I'm not sure. I also think he was the one that told the Airbender that we're here.
Sorry, you think King told the Airbender that we're
Yeah,
here?
because he told like this other person to come here as part of like a test.
Sorry, what?
Yeah.
Can you make me
We're not
a trick and NPC roll, please? You are outright
How
lying.
about... No?
I'm gonna take that on board as a comment, and I'm gonna rebut with, because I fucking told you so, son.
Okay.
Roll me a...
Can I use plead to stop you from asking him to roll?
No, here's the fun thing. Here's the fun thing. I'm immune to the dice rolls. The characters I play are not, but I personally, dice have no impact on
so
my
you're
decision
not the
making.
same. You're not one in the same.
This may come as a shock. These aren't my multiple personalities. These are characters I'm playing, Archie.
You wanted skills and training? Skills and
No,
training, right?
Andrew,
Yeah.
I would like you to trick an NPC,
Trick?
please. You are not
that a
trained in
miss?
deception. This is not something that you are trained in.
At the 7?
Woo! You've got a...
Seven's not too bad. I just realized I didn't have the right screen open. Now I do. That's so
I
funny.
nearly rolled with
Advantage,
Marco
Andrew.
because...
Would that have been better or worse?
probably
You-
better, actually.
So 7 successive
Andrew, you have
consequences.
advantage.
You do have advantage if you wanted to use
yeah.
it. It's up to you.
I have a
Plus
plus
one.
0. So a pass is
Save
already
it.
really good.
He's gonna save it.
Yeah.
Okay, he's gonna save it, everybody.
You already have a success.
You
yeah,
watch
yeah,
as-
that's what I'm thinking. Like, I don't want to make it a full success on like a lower percent chance.
You watch as Kate slowly nods. Right. It's a test of some sorts. I'm surprised. Sorry, who was this? Those two over there? Oh, there's another member of... Is she with the yellow necks? The young girl who... The two young girls over there.
The young girl.
Oh, okay,
is
the
one that was-
young lady and then the young girl. Are they both...
Yeah, young girl. Yes. They were... the young girl was the one that was sent here on a test. Really weird.
But... Hang on a minute. Wrong, wasn't it?
Yes.
When we broke him out of the Seawong Oasis, he was being held there, being captured and handed over. He mentioned a group that they come up against, the group that captured him. It was 2 airbenders, I think, and then a young girl who talked her way into the camp, and then it turned out they were working with some sort of bounty hunter from the Seawong Oasis. He mentioned that she was kind of scary. She really stuck in his mind. You don't
Oh,
think?
he remembers me.
Oh yeah. You don't think that's her, do you? It kind of
Wait.
matches the description. And she's just talked her way into camp. And there, she's with the young lady. That must be the bounty hunter.
It could be her. I just saw them get on good sides with Craig, though. So this, if you do anything, it
Who's
will start
Craig?
a war. You know that second guy in charge that talked the admiral, the glass admiral down?
Yep.
Yeah, that guy.
Okay. He seems rather reasonable.
He does. So it could work out. You're right.
We need to let King know so he can confirm. All right, you keep watch. I'm gonna head into the tent and talk to King. You keep an eye out. Make sure she doesn't go anywhere. Eyes on at all times, okay?
Yep, on it.
I'll be right back with King. He needs to hear about this.
None of the advantage wouldn't have worked. Getting a 10's impossible. Getting a 10 with a plus 0, it's not worth it.
And then you
And
watch.
you can roll twice.
You watch as Kate turns and begins heading towards the large tent.
Can I trip her with airbending?
You can try.
Just like
Is
as
this
a
gonna
subtle
be?
thing.
Is this gonna be a fucking Aal moment where you push her down some stairs because you don't like what she's doing?
Is there like a punji pit or something? What are you tripping her into? Like,
It's just tripping her on the sands.
Just triple
The
it.
fire's still going, right?
How is it we
The fire's
always?
still there.
How is it we always manage to have one of the players do this to a female
Wait.
NPC? I mean, it's 2 for 2.
Air nomads too.
Air nomads too.
Like,
It is a weird pattern, isn't it? I don't want to say two's a pattern. It is coincidence at this stage, but if it happens in the 3rd campaign, I'm gonna know something's up.
If I had $1 for every time.
Oh, I can't wait for you to start gaslighting her too.
Not a lot, but it's weird it happened twice.
It's weird it happened
gathering.
twice. To trip her up, I'm gonna say this is skills and training. You're using your airbending to kind of like make a little blast of air from your feet to push the
Then
sand
I
out from
stab her.
underneath her, have her slip
Oh,
and slide. This would work.
I feel like it was around like episode 20 that this happened in the last
It's
campaign
very
too.
possible that
Don't
it
even-
was. Yeah, I'm just thinking. So that means that one of you. Have we got any? We haven't got any firebenders, so no firebender's going to make a wish. But who knows? And derail the campaign. Okay,
you're killing her. Stop.
Jedd, that's she's already dead. She's had enough, man. Jedd, that's a 10. That's an absolute success.
You just killed her.
Just snap her net. No.
Here's what
Okay.
happens. Here's what happens. As she goes to walk
Fall
away.
into the grave. Oh no.
Grave? What? Did you dig it? Oh, in with the other kid who's been struck by the
Another
glass. As she goes to walk towards the tent, Jedd, you're panicking at this point. I mean, what are you going to do? The brain cell's not
Beads
there.
of sweat.
She's
Beads of
on her
sweat.
way out. Yeah, beads of sweat. Like, you don't have a brain cell to help out. You know that Ted's not here to blast you into her again. He's not there anymore
I'm
to
about
help
to
with
just
this.
fly off to the air temple as well.
He's just gone. You quickly turn and spread out, pushing with your feet, plunging forwards, doing this very, very quick, rapid stance as a blast of air shoots out from around your feet, shooting across the sand, trying to make it look a bit like sandbending. And you reckon you're pretty successful. As the sand shoots up around her, you watch as her feet go out in front underneath her as she drops back, smashing into the sand, her head banging onto the beach. As she sort of rubs the back of her head, catches herself, goes, "What the fuck?" And then turns and looks around. The only person near her who's looking at her is you. She turns and looks at you and goes, "What the fuck? What the fuck are you doing?"
Is now the right time though? Sorry,
What do you mean is now the right time?
we've got. As I look over at the very wounded people that were like needed critical condition help, that weren't getting it from the Fifth Nation, by the way.
Yes, now's the right
would you
time to let King know that maybe we've been infiltrated.
Would you rather not just save the people that didn't do it?
It'll take me 2 seconds to talk. She just turns and walks away, heading towards the tent.
Okay, time to. I wonder how Ted's doing. I should probably go check up on him.
Genuinely, Andrew, what's your plan here, mate? You watch as she walks away.
There is none. There is none. There is no plan. There's
Okay.
no plan at all. All
She,
bad.
I should get a concussion if she hit the sand.
sand's not that hard. You watch as she when it's not compressed in one space, when it has the beach around it, the open space to diffuse the energy, sand's pretty good at absorbing shock. You watch as she turns and strides into the tent, Jedd, disappearing from view.
Cool. I'm just gonna shuffle my way over to the gang very quickly.
Fucking hell.
Very quickly.
It's funny. I was talking to Alice today because she asked how the prep was coming along. She came in and I was doing the prep and she was like, "The last episode's called Pure Chaos." I was like, "Yeah, man, it was insane. I've never seen anything like it, and I don't think I ever will see a session go that wrong ever again." You're making me eat my words quickly. I'm full up on my own words as I scoff them down once more.
Bree?
It looks like Bree was having some
got
sort of
abducted.
Yeah. What
She's having a rave in it.
is there a ghost?
I think it's ghosts. It's
I was
definitely
about to
ghosts.
hand over to Lilly and Tilla and Keeko to see what they
Ghosts?
wanted to do, but
No,
she's back.
ghosts.
Hello? You have a blackout.
Hey,
No, I don't know. My light just started acting real weird, so
you have like a
I
Philips
turned
Hue?
it off.
Oh, it's
Or
Dave.
something?
He likes to haunt the
No.
electricity in the house. He does this sometimes.
Ah,
He was haunting the messenger
No,
chat a
it's-
moment ago. Makes sense. So context. Right as we were about to go live, Dave butt dialed all of us in our special group chat. Every single one of us in one go. It was pretty funny. As I was pressing go live, it was incredible timing. Okay, Lilly, Tilla, and Keeko. Over with the three of you as Tilla, you finish moving sand over. Maybe the spell is working. Bree, you think you need to talk to your mum? She's cast some sort of voodoo on you.
I'm used to it. It's fine.
Oh, okay. As yeah,
It
as,
explains the aches and pains, but they usually go away after a couple months.
after the pins come out. As Tilla, as you finish moving the sand, are you using bending for this? You were, I think, you were using sand bending,
Yeah.
weren't you? Yeah. As you finish moving the sand over the grave and hardening the sand into sandstone to close off the makeshift grave. Lilly and Keeko, the two of you are currently standing just off to the side a little bit. Craig had sort of given you a bit of a go-ahead that you could probably start heading towards the boats when he was finished up with the grave. And as he finishes up with Tilla and heads back over to you, dusting his hands off, he looks over towards the two of you, Tilla just behind him. Right. You lot ready? It's probably best if you make your way over to the ship. Thinking either if you want to head to the tall ship or even the Dreadnought, the Fire Nation ship there. Admiral Kong's personal ship. Nay place safer.
I'll take it to the Dreadnought to the brink.
Have you been aboard the Dreadnought before, lad?
Wait a second. Have I been on the Dreadnought before?
Not the Dreadnought. The Dreadnought's new. You have been aboard the tall ship before, the Wave Cutter, I think it was called. You haven't been aboard the Dreadnought yet. That Fire Nation ship, that's brand new. So when you saw the tall ship in the harbour, you thought, there's Admiral Kong's ship. And then suddenly you watch as this Fire Nation ship with the Fifth Nation flag waving above it, like, just pushes through into the harbour, away from its bow, knocking the other boats aside as then Admiral Kong strides off, marching down onto the beach. You're like, he's upgraded since I last saw him. Yeah. And then you saw Sonak. You were a bit distracted by that for a bit.
But we
Little
do
bit
want to
distracted by
go to the Fire Nation ship.
Sonak was on the Wave Cutter, not the Dreadnought.
He was on the Dreadnought
He
with
was.
Kong. But
Oh,
the
he
last time you
Okay.
saw him, he was on the Wave Cutter.
Got you.
It seems like he's been taken aboard the Dreadnought, and something's gone wrong because he's also now a prisoner. He was in chains, being led down the gangplank. Where the last time you saw him, he was a valued member of the Fifth Nation.
Yeah. Okay. I've been on the Wave Cutter before, and I've been on a Fire Nation ship, but not that one.
You've been on a Fire Nation ship before, lad.
Oh, well, I think that was something that happened a few years back when we boarded one. I didn't really spend time on one.
I wasn't part of that raid. I would have looked forward to that. That sounds fantastic. But successful. You took the ship. It doesn't sound like you took the ship. This is the first Fire Nation ship we've captured. But I'm guessing you got everything you needed from it.
Yeah, it was a quick job. It wasn't quite something you can sort of learn the ropes to. And how to
As he
pilot
looks at
and
your
everything.
coat, you watch as he goes, is that where you got your fancy coat, lad?
I'm glad you put the pieces together.
I'll get the
This
full
hole in there too.
I'll get the full story from you sometime, but I think for now it's best you accompany this wee one up onto the deck. If you're more familiar with the Wave Cutter, you could take her there, but if you think you can find your way around the Fire Nation ship, tell him Craig sent you, and she's to be put in the brig for her own protection. Not for any other reason.
Gotcha. Unless... Nah, this isn't time for fooling around. Alright, let's go. Thank you very much, Craig.
It's at this moment, as you turn to head away, you watch as Jedd begins power walking towards you.
Not just do like a little...
It's a lot more powerful than a power walk. So.
Sand
I
flying
imagine-
out underneath his feet.
I imagine the competitive power walkers, like the shoulders are moving. It's like got a lot of speed going. As Jedd how do we want to say this? This is a faster than a power walk. Are we talking like a bit of a skip? Are you doing like sort of like a half skip as you like don't commit to the run?
Half skip.
Half skip. Yeah. So you're doing like every second.
Yeah.
Every second one's like a half run, and then as you get up in front of them, Craig looks and goes, "Wait, what happened to the plan? You're supposed to be talking to the Yellownecks, convincing them that King can't be trusted."
You mean the guys that are like dying over there?
There's only 2 of them that got taken down. The rest are fine. Go talk to them. What's going wrong?
No, nothing's gone wrong.
Well, what are you doing back here then? Go. Off you go.
Okay. But like I don't know why, but before like this whole like we went cut to them, I thought he had left them for some reason, and I'm not sure why.
There are times as a DM where I'm
not here. I'm never here. I woke up 20 minutes ago. This is not good.
And I'm the one that
in my
messed
head.
up.
The dude with the meme that's just like, okay.
Okay. I'm gonna go tell King about this itty bitty bandit who's on the beach. Okay. I better warn my friends. What are you doing here? Go back, lad. Okay. Just wander back. You just do what anyone tells you at this point. It's incredible. You watch as one of the Yellownecks comes up and goes, "Hey, can you shovel some shit into that hole there?" Okay. Okay.
I didn't expect to. I don't know why I didn't think it was there. I don't know why.
He was off with Tilla for a bit, burying a body, and then as you talked to the lady, he and Tilla finished.
I thought he was with Admiral, like when they went back inside.
So he went to follow him back in, but then when he saw the body, he was like, "Well, I need to deal with this." Remember, like that was because he went up and had a bit of a like.
I thought that like sequence happened the other way.
No, because Corn killed the lookout and then just went straight back inside the tent again, and Craig was kind of like, "Oh fuck," and had to deal with that. Okay, as Craig goes, "Hey, get back there, go convince them."
That makes more sense, actually. Yeah.
We need to get. Yeah, I know, right? We need to get them. We need to get the Yellownecks. We need to get the Yellownecks to agree that King's no got a leader. If we can bring them into our ranks, we can bolster the numbers. And I know they didn't show a great deal of courage or skill in this moment, but I'm sure there are better Yellownecks that we can draw upon. At the very least, use them as frontline cannon fodder. Better them than our lads. Go on.
And I was going to go see about the guys on the boat then.
What guys on the boat?
The 1 or 2 left on the boat, so they can't run away if they want to.
Oh, there's still Yellownecks out in the harbor on their ship.
Yeah.
Okay, might be worth getting them on side first. You raise a good point. It's at this moment you watch as striding out from inside the tent, because time is still. So my favorite part of this is that actually by coming over and talking to them, Jedd, you've actually prevented Keeko and Lilly getting off the beach in time, because by you coming over and having this conversation, you've stopped them from leaving. You watch us over the tent.
I need to get more sleep apparently. Jesus Christ. This is not good.
Can we already be walking like when he's like trying to come up to us? Like I pictured like he's running up and I'm trying to just be like, go away.
Hang on though. Let's be honest with ourselves. If you saw Jedd rush over, looking concerned and worried,
he's sweating.
Would you stop and ask him what's happening? Or would you just ignore him? Let's be honest with ourselves. What would you do?
Okay.
No, you would see it and be like,
know any of the context of what just happened before. I would probably be like, what's up?
Do you feel... No, here's the question, though. Do you feel like Lilly would care?
I've done this before and you've understood. Come on, guys. You got this.
No, because the question is, would Lilly care? If Lilly doesn't care and she's leaving, Keeko doesn't have a choice but to follow her.
Well,
Lilly.
he kind of... Like, Lily's kind of attached to Keeko. This whole charade only works if Lilly is kind of working with Keeko in this moment, right? Because he thinks...
Yeah, so if Lilly decides to leave, Keeko has to follow.
No, not necessarily.
Yes. Yeah.
No,
what do you mean? No,
Lilly, blow me up. Blow me up, Lilly.
Your words. Yes, it does.
No, because
Owen, do your thing. I'm with you. Do your thing.
Okay, because here's the thing.
I'm not gonna metagame this.
If Lilly just starts wandering off, that's actually and Keeko doesn't follow, and
It's
Lilly
more
just
suspicious.
keeps going, that's way more suspicious. If it was the opposite, if Keeko wandered off and Lilly stayed behind with Craig, bit less suspicious. But the only way Lilly wanders off and it doesn't look suspicious is if she immediately comes back when Keeko doesn't leave, because she's supposed to be trying to be not subservient, but trying to follow the directions of the pirates. That's the entire plan here, is that Lilly's playing this whole thing like, oh no, I'd like to join you. Like, I'm on your side. Fuck the Yellownecks. I was here as a test and I passed, but fuck them. I'm joining the Fifth Nation now. And that's the only way this charade plays out. So, I mean, you can start walking. You just walk past Jedd as he power walks past you, wide-eyed, and immediately starts talking to Crate. Keeko, you're sort of hanging around for a bit. Lilly, as you sort of, you could get like a few steps. You're kind of hanging to the side of the group, waiting for Keeko to finish and catch up with you.
The
our
way
feet are pointed
that
towards the ship. We're trying to signal that we want to leave.
the way that I picture it is like essentially Keiko's either holding onto my hand or holding onto my arm, and like kind of pulling me along with him to keep me safe, keep me by his side. So I would have kind of kept walking. Keeko would have turned around and been like, hey, what's going on? And I would have been stopped because he's literally holding onto my arm. That's the way that I'm picturing this
For
scene.
sure.
So as much as I'm one-track mind and would have wanted to get onto that ship,
All you
I
can see
would
right
have
now,
been
Lilly, is the
stopped by
blasting
Keeko.
jelly. You're just like, fuck yeah.
I'm
I'm
oh my
almost
God, I
there.
want that.
It's like
So close.
Lily's just there and like, they're playing right into my tiny evil hands. They're gonna give me the fucking keys to the blasting jelly. They're taking me aboard their ship. That's what Lily's
I'm
thinking about.
Stopped by someone holding
Yeah.
my hand, and I'm like looking at him like impatiently, like we're so
We're
close, like
almost
come
there.
on.
The blasting
Like,
jelly's
hurry up.
just
He's like-
there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm like pulling my arm, and like come on, let's go. And he's like, hang on a second, Jedd needs us. Fuck.
It's like you're at the shops with mum, and mum's just like, oh, I just got a friend, I'll just have a chat to, and you're like, no, let's go.
Yes, that's exactly how I'm picturing it. Like, Mom, the shop's right there. I want to go see the cool things inside. Like, hang on, I just need to speak to old love from down the
I'll be
road.
2
Let me go to
seconds.
EB
Okay.
Games.
Yeah, just let me go to EB Games.
And you
I'll be
end up
2
sitting there like
seconds,
awkwardly,
honey.
like skipping from foot to foot, like pretending you give a shit about this person that you don't know.
Oh, you did
I
that.
haven't
I
seen
sat on
you
the
since
floor.
you were tiny. I'm still fucking tiny. Let me go. As
This
you
still happens when I'm shopping with my mum. I go
Bree's
to her.
mum. Bree's mum. Keep it up.
never change.
We ran into my ex's mum last time. It was really awkward. We stood there like standing around, and I let them just talk, and I'm just like, okay,
Oh,
we go.
Weird.
And she's like, so what are you doing with your life now? And I'm like, I don't care you.
I have 2 questions. One is a
Derail.
follow-up to that situation, but the other's more
And
important.
one is a derail.
Yep.
It
Who voted for
absolutely is.
Bree?
No one.
I don't think anyone
got the
did.
vote.
Losers.
No.
You forgot to vote. That's pretty funny. I've never had this fortune of bumping into it's her brother's best friend, for fuck's sake, is what Bree's mum says. So we're coming in with there's a bit of a follow-up to this, it
Yeah.
turns out.
Yeah.
Nah. There's law. There's law here.
There's law. Remember, we can do a Q&A session on the deep lore of Bree's love life if you... No,
No.
we can't. That's not
We-
okay.
we
I can't offer
We won't
that.
do that.
Can't
That's
offer
real
that.
awkward.
I'll cut that. as you all stand there, Lilly kind of pulling at Keiko's hand. Keiko's, as Jedd is instructed to go back and talk to the Yellownecks, you're bored at this point. Like, clearly nothing's wrong. You know what's going on with Jedd. He came over looking all freaked out, all panicked, and then suddenly he's just like, okay. When he's told to go back and...
It's just everything's just disassociated. I'm just stop.
as Craig reminds him of the mission he was given 10 minutes ago, Jedd's like, oh yeah, okay. And then goes to like walk back. He's just like, what the fuck did I stop for? And as you go to follow Lilly, the flaps of the tent push open.
Run.
And you watch as 2 figures stride out.
I'm just gonna.
Kate following behind, the very anxious, very concerned face of King. And as soon as he steps out of the tent and looks down the beach, his eyes sweeping over the chaos, the carnage and confusion, you watch as he locks eyes with Keeko, Jedd, Lilly, and Tilla. He's seen all 4 of you before. You watch as he just looks at each of you, and he turns towards Kate. And then you hear a voice call out, "Seize them!" as he points towards the 4 of you. I am
Someone say
going
something?
to need. I guess we're going to throw
Initiative?
this into a semi. There's not an initiative. This isn't like a combat exchange yet, but I am going to need to keep us on a tight timeline. Here's how this is going to work. We're going to go one by one, each of you. We're going to kind of limit it to sort of
Hurrah,
like every
hurrah.
5-6 seconds of time is going to be a turn. Very similar to how we do initiative in D&D, but it's just so that I can keep control of what's happening. And then we're going to jump in and see what's going on with Jedd. So, Keeko, Jedd, Lilly, and Tilla. As soon as King calls out, sees them, you watch as the Yellownecks who are not injured, the Yellownecks who are still standing, turn and see where he's pointing, looking at you. Craig, who's standing right next to you, like, locks eyes with King, sees King point and yell out, sees them. He then looks confusedly down at you lot, and then back at King, and then down at you lot, really confused. What's he talking about? What? He set you this task. What? As Craig is just catching up. The Fifth Nation pirates sort of look around and see King pointing. There's like 20 of them on the beach, like uninjured ones. And as they watch and see King pointing at you, you watch as Kong pushes his way out of the tent. King having clearly got up and strode out of the middle of this very important meeting. And as Kong has this furious look on his face as he looks at King, he sees King pointing at the lot of you, and you watch as his eyes turn and survey the lot of you. And then as he catches eyes with Keeko, you watch as his brow furrows. Yeah, Keeko, Kong remembers you, mate.
But I've got makeup on. I look slightly different. I got a different jacket.
You've got a different jacket. What makeup do you have on?
Got a cool hat. I don't look anything like that.
You've dressed up as a Fifth Nation pirate. The context he last saw you in. Like, I don't...
Remember we did do the face paint makeup thing to him to change the shape of his face.
Tell you what, we did roll for your face paint, and I remember it being less than adequate. Would you like to?
Yeah, and remember the fact that he also then went and fixed it up.
Yeah, he went and fixed it himself.
Okay.
I fixed it up myself, but I just look more Johnny Depp now. Instead of Geisha.
Okay. I tell you what. Keeko, could you roll me a push your luck, please?
I can definitely roll a push my luck.
Sound effects are great. I think I might need to change the music. This is too light and happy. This is just like chill. This is... What's that? That's a 5. And now you're going to get rolled, mate. Let's have this happen.
When you put on discuss...
I think he has advantage.
Oh, wait.
Pips Populus.
Wait.
Pippin Paddleopsicopolis the third. I think you do.
Let's push your luck. That works with passion.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I had out of uniform.
Yes.
So, I can roll that with creativity. Sorry. Realized
That's okay. So what would your plus be for creativity?
+2.
That would take it up to a 7, which is a success with consequences. That does make a difference. You watch as Kong looks over at the lot of you and then looks back at King confused, and you hear his voice. What? What is it? King turns towards him. Before he can say anything, though, it is all of you. That's 6 seconds of the bad guys. Jedd, Keeko, Lilly, Tilla, what the fuck are you gonna do?
I'll just say, with out of uniform, on a 7 to 9, this is the last time I can pull this trick on him. Like, for him to not recognize me. So...
Hey,
just
I get the impression this will be the last time you pull this trick on him regardless. This does not seem like it's... I don't think you're going to get a second chance at infiltration. Just so you know. Keeko, Jedd, Lilly, Tilla, what are the 4 of you doing? Or do you want me to jump with Ted for a bit and we can find out how his flight to the air nomads is going?
Fucking pull. Yeah.
Would you like 5 minutes? Would you like 5 minutes, 10 minutes to think through what you're going to do and how to do it?
Can you give us like an hour and a half?
Okay.
No, we don't need that long.
Do you know what's funny? I can already tell what your plan's going to be, and it's going to involve gaslighting, which is very funny because we just joked about this before. We're going to be like, no, King said we could come. Chat is already on it. Chat's on it. Say King's going crazy and trying to hide the fact that he invited Lilly.
I didn't know what I was thinking, and I just needed to pass this on to Bree.
Ted, as you
I'm already there, don't worry.
Ted, as you speed away from the whoosh, whoosh, you hear the sound of
Sorry,
screaming.
what's that mean? I don't know
As
what
you
that means.
speed
Sorry,
away
the
from
viewers, the viewers don't know what that means.
as you this is the joke. As you speed away from your sudden dive bomb from the air, and then that rapid level out across the surface of the sand as you head out over the ocean towards the southern air temple, you hear the sound of cries, the sound of chaos behind you, and as you glimpse backwards, the last thing you see is Jedd disappearing over the edge of a boat, clutching onto a woman as they disappear into the water together, and that's the last thing you see as ice rains down upon them. What's your plan? What are you doing?
I guess I'm going to the air temple.
You don't have to. I know we joked about that last session, but it was a joke. We're like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if you just fucked off right now and left them to their fate? But you don't have to do that. You've got options.
I have a plan, and I think it involves going to the air temple.
Okay, for sure.
Unfortunately.
Why unfortunately?
You'll see soon.
That's fucking ominous. Let's go.
No.
I love
for Jedd.
I love how oh no, he's gonna blame this all on Ted. I could already tell he's gonna get out there and be like, yeah, Ted's got himself captured. Jedd. Sorry.
Ted does nothing wrong.
Sorry, Jedd's got himself captured. Like I'm trying my best to look after him, but he's just such a burden. Like he's trying to join bandits now. He's an embarrassment to the Air Nation. We need to put a stop to him for once and for all.
You are 50% correct.
That is terrifying. That was a joke.
That's too much of a percentage. I don't like that percentage.
I can see Bree right now is planning out which mouths are going to get bombs. Ted, as you gain a bit of altitude and fly up in the darkness, narrowly avoiding the trees that grow up the side of the mountain, you soon find yourself flying up higher and higher. As you look behind you, the ocean drops away, the lights from the beach drop away, and you hope that your new friends are going to be safe and sound. The next 5-10 minutes as you fly over the mountaintops, the moon high above you, glinting off your very spectacularly bald head. Before you see the air temple before you, the lights of the fires, the torches, shining like starlight in the pitch black sea of night below you. And as you come down and land in that main open courtyard once again, you can see a number of the air nomads leaving their evening prayers, their evening meditation, as they begin to head out of the main temple, filing one by one after each other as they make their way towards their sleeping quarters, those who have not yet had their evening supper. I hand over to you as you land in the courtyard. You see air nomad monks, some of whom you recognize, some of whom you don't. Some nod to you as they see you. Others give you a very gentle sort of slow blink, begin walking past.
I forgot his name. The main dude.
Sayan.
Was he
your teacher?
Yeah.
Sayan.
Sayan around?
As you look around the courtyard frantically looking for Sayan, you can't see him. And it's at that moment you remember Sayan probably led the meditation. He's one of the senior teachers here. He's probably still inside the main temple.
I want to run into the temple area.
No, you don't.
Push past the air nomads, push past them. It's been an hour. The camera has failed once more. I just want to point out that Bree hasn't had years.
I was doing that.
Pretty quick.
Preemptively.
It was just a bit. It was just a bit, guys.
Just a bit for the bit.
Just a bit.
As you push past the air nomad monks, a few cries of "Oi, what are you doing? Watch yourself, young man!" So that you push past them and rush through. As you,
It's important. It's important.
I never. You just push past them and slam your way through. As you push your way through the double doors, you see Sayan is currently packing up a few of the mats off the floor, place them into the large wooden chest at the far end of the room. A few sticks of incense still in his hand that he has yet to put out. And as you burst into the chamber, he turns around, looks, and goes, Ted, back so soon.
I need your help.
Have you brought Jedd? We need to speak about the sunset spirit.
We can go to Jedd, but I need your help. I need everyone's help.
What for? What has happened? What has he done now?
It wasn't Jedd. He's in trouble. And you're not going to find out answers unless we get him. Unless we save him.
Save him from what? What has happened, Ted?
There's some pirates.
Yes, we saw the ship sailing into the harbour early this evening.
Thayan, shit is about to go down.
What do you need?
Help.
What type of help? We're monks.
Jedd needs help.
What do you?
Yeah, but I've seen you do some stuff. We just need people. We just need to push some people away. There's a few people down there, and we need some help to move them away.
Ted, we cannot declare war on the Fifth Nation. Where's the Avatar? You were with Kyoshi just a moment ago. Where's the Avatar?
Look, we just need help. If you want answers from Jedd about what's happened, Kyoshi is also on, and she is also not happy about this. The Sunset Spirit.
I imagine not, given her history with spirits.
We can work through it, but we need to help everyone first.
I won't force anyone to fight, Ted, but I will ask those who are willing to accompany you.
Yeah, that's all we need.
Second floor, ring the bell of summoning. We'll need to gather back the people before they wander too far.
That's not the bell of summoning. You rush up the 2 flights of stairs. There's a series of massive brass bells aligned that are used to let the monks know the time, to also summon the monks to evening meditation, to dinner, all sorts of things. There are many, many functions for the bells. And as you rush up and begin bong, 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 slamming into the bell, you watch as many of the monks begin to filter back into the courtyard looking confused. As you rush down the stairs behind you, watch as Sayan puts away the last of the mats, extinguishes the incense, and then heads out onto the front steps as the monks begin to gather. Brothers and visiting sisters, one of our brethren is in trouble. And this member of our community has strayed from our ways, our path. But they have answers to questions that must be asked. All those who are able and willing, please accompany Brother Ted. He will lead you down towards Little Island, where a group of pirates, remnants of the Fifth Nation, have gathered. Now, his brother, Jedd, has been captured by these bandits. Captured, yes? As he turns towards you, Ted.
Yeah.
Gives you a look.
Last I saw, he was captured. Last I saw, he was pretty much captured.
Gives you a look. You're wording this really weirdly.
Has been captured and needs our help. I won't make anyone fight. I know it is against our ways and against our training. But if you can use your airbending to help save our brother and bring him back here immediately, please do so. Volunteers.
Ted.
Thank you. You in the back. Thank you.
You watch
See your hand raised. Thank you.
As no hands raise, you hear a voice call out from the crowd.
Hang on, you said Jedd. Wasn't he banished?
I'm Ted. I'm good.
No, Jedd. Wasn't Jedd banished for committing an act of violence? Why should we commit violence to save him? He chose his path.
But we can probably bring him back, but we need to help him.
So what? We have to hurt someone to bring him back and maybe change his mind.
You don't have to hurt them. You just need to help them. Just push them away a little.
So some of us might get hurt so that he can come back and have a second chance.
Yeah, aren't we all about second chances?
Ted, I need you to try and persuade these people, please. This is a plead.
Okay. Let me just open up my thing.
What do you mean open up your thing? Your character sheet?
I mean,
that should be
for that one.
Your character sheet.
Open, yeah.
Your character sheet should be open at all times, mate.
All times, even when I'm not playing.
All times.
Hey,
Especially then.
I've installed malware on your computer. I'll
when you
know.
asked me to roll for the first time.
Huh?
What did you get?
Oh, the first time he asked me, I didn't even know where it was. What am I rolling, please?
Plead. You're going to be using Harmony. You should be pretty good at this, right? No. His face says no, everybody.
No one's coming. No one's coming, guys.
6. That is a full miss.
Oh, fuck.
There is silence. as no one raises
I'm
their
just gonna wait
hands.
for the avatar
you
to
watch
go off, I think.
as some of the monks begin to move away. Sayan turns to you.
Sorry, my boy. But Jedd chose his path. Sounds like he's living the consequences of his life of violence.
It's alright, I guess Jedd won't be making it back up here to answer your questions about the Sunset Spirit.
I'm sure that you will be able to answer questions as well, given you were there.
I wasn't like fully there.
You already told me that you were, Ted.
I was
Do not
like-
make
I
this
was-
worse by
I was
lying
like-
to me,
I was in
Ted.
the area.
I trained you better than this.
Alright, I gotta go save my brother and maybe the world.
As
Bye.
you turn to go down the stairs, you can see two monks are still standing there. One of them looks to be probably a visitor from the Eastern or Western Air Temple, given that she's female. You can see that she's probably a bit younger than you. Maybe, I mean, looking at her, she's probably only just earned her airbending tattoo. She looks like she's late teens, early 20s. And she looks a bit unsure. She's clutching onto her staff, almost like she wants to leave, but you can see that she doesn't. But she hasn't raised her hand. She's kind of standing there looking up. And as soon as you turn, she goes to speak. But the man beside her, an airbender roughly about the same age as yourself, looking... Yep.
Can I run up to them and thank them for helping?
Yes, you can. As you rush forwards, you watch as the woman goes to speak. The man beating you to it, he goes, "Oh, I have some questions to..." And you just go, "Thank you so much for helping." What do you say? No, go for it. Tell me what you say.
Yeah. Thank you so much for helping. You guys won't regret it. It's my brother. Once he's saved, then I think we'll be able to stop a lot of destruction that's happening. Not just here around.
Slow yourself, brother. I have not agreed to anything yet. I need to
Yeah,
know
but you
what
haven't
it...
left, so I know you're more into it than the others.
The others have left. They are completely out of it. I am on the fence, as it was. I need to know what I am getting myself into. What can I expect down there?
Look, you don't have to hurt anyone if you don't want to. All I'm asking is for maybe a little bit of an air barrier to sort of push some of the Fifth Nation away while we collect the people. They've killed people. They've killed innocent children. We need...
You don't know that. That's not... You don't know that.
I don't know that.
No. How would you know that they've killed innocent children? Where are you getting that information from?
Didn't I see it?
Who?
Oh no, I didn't see it. Right.
No.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're about to kill Lilly.
Maybe.
That's an innocent child.
Yeah, innocent is a strong word for Lilly.
It's a stretch.
We also did decide on her body count, so the fact that she has one at the age of, 9? Is probably not a good sign.
Pretty sure
yeah,
she's
Ted-
12. She just
12.
looks 10.
Okay, scrap that.
Okay.
Please. They're not... We need help, okay? We have the Avatar with us. We just need a few more hands just to help barricade, just so we can get our people back out. So we can stop anything before it happens.
You watch as the woman nods. I will come with you. I will come with you. And so will my brother. As she looks up at the older man. And at that moment, you do kind of see the resemblance. He looks a lot older than her. Sort of like 10, 15 years between them. Because what, you and Jedd are sort of in your late 30s, right? Mid-30s, late 30s?
I think I'm like mid and he's early.
Okay. Yeah, so he's about the same age as you. She's, like late teens, early 20s. So yeah, it looks like there's sort of like 10, 15 years between them. But as you look, you do see the resemblance. And you watch as the brother turns and goes,
I did not agree to such a thing.
she's like,
Thank you.
it's his brother. It's his brother. Come on. You know you're going
Would
to
you
help.
not do the same for your sister?
Ah, 'tis different. She has not been banished. Lishi.
What if she was?
I would
You
help.
just throw her away?
No, I would help. Quick, before I change my mind. We will follow. Lishi, come. You get hurt from this, I swear.
You take it out on Jedd. My name is Jedd. Remember?
Perfect. And with that,
Kill you, Archie.
the three of you, I almost said four of you, the three of you take off. All right.
I'm there too. I'm going.
Cezanne's not coming?
No. Cezanne's like 80, mate. Fuck no. He's
fine.
like, no.
No, he's not coming.
Of course he's not coming.
Doesn't he get more powerful with age? Isn't it like one of those things?
Yeah,
No.
like we get stronger with age. Like,
So here's
It's
the
like
thing. Here's the
dark
thing. Here's the thing.
magician when he gets aged.
We know for a fact that bending is based on physical ability as well as spiritual. His spiritual abilities, mwah, excellent. The dude, like, he can't even bend his back into a position that's comfortable. He walks with a cane. His arthritis has arthritis.
Hey,
He's not.
if
he's not
anime has
coming
taught
with
me
you.
anything, he's the strongest guy there.
You're pretty certain, Ted. You're pretty certain, Ted. He would not be able to operate a glider. Like, he's too old. He's not coming with you. Sorry, mate.
Maybe you can fly.
No.
Maybe he's got like a bison
No.
or something. He can just like ride the back of.
There's no way they're risking the bison down into incoming fire with the bandits.
and
Not
shoot
happening.
fireworks at us.
Not happening.
Maybe they should just get better.
Do you think maybe this is? Do you think they maybe deserve the genocide that's coming in Avatar: The Last Airbender? It kind of sounds like that's what you're saying, Archie.
Maybe. Look.
You playing Fire Nation next campaign? You gonna play a Fire Nation person?
No, we'll see. We'll see.
Okay. Back with the four who are about to die.
Good luck, guys.
Jedd, Keeko, Lilly, Tilla.
Yes.
What are you doing? You watch as
Go.
King points,
So
calls out, sees them. Korn comes, looks over, doesn't recognize Keeko straight away. Crake turns to you and goes, "Whoa, what's going on? What's he talking about?" And then you watch as the Fifth Nation pirates sort of get up and look around, a bit confused. And then you watch as some of them look over at the lot of you, and then look back at King and kind of laugh that he's having this serious, sudden moment pointing at a child. Like they see the Fifth Nation are just like, "What do you want about, mate?" And then you see the Yellownecks immediately begin advancing towards you. What's the plan?
Well, it looks like he's trying to cover his ass.
Yeah. I look at Craig and I just say loud enough people hear, like, what the hell is he on about, mate? Never met that man before in my life.
I don't think he's pointing to you, lad. I think he's pointing to these three.
I turn to Craig and I'm like, I think I wasn't supposed to pass the test. I think he genuinely thought that I wouldn't make it, and now his cover's blown, and now you guys know that he's passing out confidential information to people who shouldn't have it. I think he's just caught himself in a trap, and now that he sees me with you guys, he probably knows that I'm defecting, and that's why he's trying to seize us. And I mean, the fact that these two are standing over here probably doesn't look good for them either.
Okay. Can I get you to please roll Trick an NPC?
Shit.
Did you think you wouldn't have to roll?
Good.
I pass you my advantage.
Trick. Fuck off!
You get a
Whoa.
+5.
You can
I
help.
rolled a 1 and a 1, and I have a +1. I rolled a fucking 3. I hate this game.
Oh, come on.
Always had this happen.
I don't have anything.
I'm actually crying.
That doesn't help.
Can I pass my advantage? Because like that's a really important roll.
Do you have
I need
advantage
this to
already?
work for anything to work.
I think, did Shreepy give you advantage last session? He seems to think he did. I do have a vague memory of you
use
having an
it?
advantage.
Because
Did
you weren't
you
allowed
use-
to use it at the time that he gave.
Oh yeah, you weren't allowed to use it because
Yeah.
Because he gave it to you afterwards. That's true.
Am I allowed to use it?
I think it is only fair if we honor the point system. I did set it up.
Doesn't matter. I rolled a 5.
Doesn't matter.
Went from rolling 2 1s to rolling 2 2s.
I use help. I don't know what that is, but I use help.
How do you use help? Talk me through it. What do you do?
I can.
How do you help?
That adds a +1, so it still
I
won't do
don't know what help does, so this
Adds
is
a
like,
+1.
Yeah. If you use help, I can. I've got something I can do as well. I can add another +1.
If you use help and you back up my story, corroborate my story.
Yeah, just
I'll corroborate with you because I can use a team point to give you +1 to your roll as well, so we can get you to a 7.
Tricking has also just redeemed
can I just-
another give advantage for you, Lilly. You can't use it because you already rolled this one, but you can save that for when you need it. All
I
right,
will need it immediately.
Jedd. So you're giving a +1 from help. Talk me through it. How do you help? What do you do to help this situation? How do you help Lilly with this lie to Craig?
I need a.
lie.
Well, it is a lie. None of what she said is
Totally
truthful.
real. Totally real. Check the tape.
Okay, this
Okay.
is something I need to...
Yep.
Oh my god.
You okay?
Yeah. Where?
Actually, wait, I can just use help instead of a team point. So
The book.
I don't think we can have a
Who had the
situation where
book?
everyone can pile on help onto the one person
I
and give them
will
like a
also
plus
use
4.
help.
You're not there. I don't think that I'm going to say that it's not one of the situations where you can just have one person do something and everyone just gives the help action on top of it to give like a +3 or a +4. Otherwise, there's no point rolling dice, because if you've got 4 people in your party and they'll give you a +1, you can only pass. So it's going to be a situation where it has to be something different. Team point is a good call, Keeko. That is excellent. That
team
is
point. I
absolutely
can do
allowed.
a team point then.
Absolutely
I
allowed.
can use a team point then. Okay.
Who
Okay.
had the book?
Fuck is that team
What was that?
point?
Sorry, Jedd? What did you say?
Who had the book?
Who had the book?
Yes.
I
'Cause
believe.
we think Lily still had it, but
Because I showed it to Craig.
Yeah, I think you still have it. I don't think Craig took it off you, did he? Oh no, Craig did. He did. Craig has the book. Yeah.
I
Craig didn't give
He
it back.
took it.
Craig hasn't given it back yet. No.
fuck. Okay.
You could just point and say,
Yeah, I was pointing at the book and say like that's evidence enough, right? He's passed it on to her. Now she's been caught in the
I'm not
trap.
denying that he doesn't know her. Clearly, he does know her. Aye, but the code book is a damning evidence, isn't it?
Yeah,
Keeko.
he wouldn't just give that away to anyone.
I know, I would not do that.
I
Keeko,
need to take a fatigue. Fuck.
how did your team
No,
point work?
To
Let's-
bolster, to bolster, so it gives +1 to the roll after the roll. I just look at when he points at the book and she throws the book and like, oh, crack, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Like, she's got the book, mate. Like, you don't just get those.
Get everyone on the
Aye,
book.
that's-
Everyone jump on the book.
Aye, that's what your
I'm
that's
so
what your
glad I stole
colleague
this
said.
book.
I need to know a bit more though. Like, give me something different.
because that's the help action. Like,
Pretty
the,
damning that all these guys are like all these Yellownecks are standing here with you guys. That he probably thinks you're all defecting. Like that's probably why he's trying to grab all of us.
What? Just so you know.
He's
we are-
clearly got a bee in his bonnet. Like,
Yeah, just so you know.
he's
we
seen
are-
her. He's annoyed. He wants to capture all of us because she's here, and clearly her being here is an issue. There's something iffy about this whole thing. I had a bad feeling about this entire night. You've had a bad feeling about this entire night ever since King's got here. Why are we trusting this man now?
Aye, these are all good points. We need to cool this, talk it through, and find out the truth.
so I can see Tabs is honest. Gone.
Brandon, you can't use the bolster. That's for combat.
We are technically in this kind of pseudo initiative. I did say we are in this pseudo initiative thing, so I am allowing this kind of situation here with using like a bolstering kind of setup because I did say earlier on we were going to be in this kind of pseudo initiative, not
I think
quite.
help's also just a combat thing as well.
Yeah, and we're not quite in like a exchanges, but we were basically I just was controlling this so that we
Yeah.
could jump into exchanges at a moment's notice. So we're on the cusp of this breaking into violence.
It doesn't
Help is-
say like
help
anything
is help.
about
No.
combat for these ones. It just says support. So it's just like your way of
Yeah.
supporting your team. They've just
Exactly.
called it bolstering.
Yeah. I'm more than happy to allow you to use that. Okay, that takes it up. So that's a +2, +1 from Keeko, +1 from Jedd. That takes it from a 5 up to a 7, which is a partial success.
Terrible rolls.
You watch as Craig.
It's always
Oh my God.
to talk
We
myself
made
out of
wise.
something.
You watch as Craig slowly nods and then steps out in front of the 4 of you, holds his hands up and goes,
Stop, cool it, everyone. Stand down. Something funky's going on here. Something's up. We're gonna cool this and discuss it. We're not animals. There's no need for us to break into violence. Had enough of that already. Look around you. Cool your jets.
Lily. As
I
Craig's... Eh, you go.
I was just gonna say to Craig, I was gonna kind of like tug at him and be like, I think you, me, King need to sit down and have a conversation. I think anyone else being involved is just gonna make it too messy.
Looks back at you and goes,
I will discuss that. Admiral Kong's gonna be there for a start. There's no denying him. He needs to be there for this.
back and faces over. Tilla, what are you doing? You've still got your move. If you want to use it, you can also just hold and wait. Tilla's like, I'd like to activate Sand Spear. I'm going to jab it up his ass from all the way back here. We're going to turn him into a meat puppet. Let's go.
Go, eject him off the situation.
I'm not doing that.
What's your plan? That good, eh? You can't tell me you haven't had enough time to think about it. You can't tell me you haven't had enough time to think. You've had way more time than Tilla had.
I've had plenty of time to think. Fucking Owen, I can't do anything.
Okay, let's think this through.
You can hold your move.
Let's think this through. You don't have to necessarily use any bending techniques or anything like that. But if you wanted to, for example, maybe assess the situation, there might be some things you could learn from this. It's never a bad time to quickly go, what's going on around me? What do I see? And you don't even have to have specific questions in mind. If you're ever in doubt with what to do, assess the situation is always a really, really good move. You can also use this opportunity to like guide and comfort Jedd, for example. Like you've just seen, like
evade and observe.
you've just seen Jedd kind of like jump in. You also saw Jedd like get pushed into the water. He's like was flirting with some woman, and then she like ran away, and he tripped her up, and then like he started running over to you. Like something's going on with Jedd. You could always guide and comfort Jedd if you wanted. That'd potentially help him out a bit, might clear some of his fatigue. But otherwise, if you're ever in doubt, assess the situation is always a good idea, because I'll always give you more stuff unless you roll really badly like Bree has been doing. Then it's fucking useless. You don't have to have specific questions in mind. Every time you do an assess the situation, I'll always give you like a background kind of thing to help you come up with questions. Always. I'll never just be like, you got to ask a question. I haven't really thought of any. Fucking ask a question. What do I see?
Out of this alive?
Sand. Okay, thanks, DM.
I don't know if you still have it in your roll anywhere,
Hello.
but I accidentally clicked roll a little bit ago.
Okay, I can still see the whole thing. So was this the?
7.
I get 7 with that was a 4 plus a 3. What was that for? That was just a random roll, was it?
That was just an accidental roll because I accidentally clicked the dice because I keep forgetting the fact that if you click the dice by accident, it just
So
rolls.
creativity. Do you get any pluses for creativity?
No, I don't. It's just.
So then 7 is perfect. Okay, I'm happy to take that as your roll, 100%. Do you have any questions in mind, or do you want me to give you a bit of a spiel first, and then I can?
Sure, you don't want to take my 3?
Do you know what?
That's
Do you know
creativity.
what? Take that 3. Tilla, as you take this moment and look around, as Craig steps out in front of the 4 of you, you can see that King immediately, like he's striding over. There is fury on his face, fury and confusion. He has the Yellowneck Kate, the woman that Jedd was flirting with, is close behind him. And you can see the 4 other Yellownecks who are not too badly injured are now moving over rapidly. 2 of them have started to bend the ground underneath their feet to create these little shards of stone that they're pulling up to cover their forearms with these kind of like stone braces. It looks like the Yellownecks they're basically getting ready to unleash on. It looks like Lilly, Keeko, Jedd, and yourself. And you know, as King looks between you and Lilly, he's not sure who he hates more as he looks between the 2 of you.
Yeah,
the person who betrayed him and the person who fucking handed him in for gold. He's not happy. To their dad as well. Like he went back and he was thrown into jail. And you know your dad is a proud parent. You know he would have been like, my daughter caught you all by herself. Like your dad would have been like there, like leaning on himself, being like, how does it feel to be caught by the youngest sheriff to ever grace these here parts, son? You're shit. You're the worst. She's the best.
Oh God, he would.
Yeah. You know your dad has been like, and like as he goes to deliver the meal, he's like, you sure you can handle that? Couldn't handle a 14-year-old girl. This might be a bit spicy. In front of all the other people in the cell, like you know your dad has been absolute. Like in this moment, Tilla, you have this sudden realization. You're like, oh no, oh no.
It's just like fuck.
Yeah. Your dad doesn't quite. Yeah, you quite realize that basically there's now like a whole generation of criminals who have like a burning hatred for you. Just they hate you so much.
Yeah.
It'll toughen you up, sweetheart. When these people have a death wish against you, when they've got a murder boner in mind, you take them out. That's how you know you're the best. You could take out waves of criminals. Murder boner. Just toughen you up, son. Toughen you up, sweetheart.
That is now canon. Your dad does sound like a cowboy now. We're going with that. He sounds a bit like Sergeant Gavel from our Curse of Straw campaign. I like it. It works for him. So yeah, you know King. As King looks between you and Lilly, he cannot decide who he hates more, but there's something burning behind his eyes as he catches your view. The Fifth Nation pirates and Admiral Kong, not quite as ready to jump into combat. Kong especially, as soon as King has strode forwards, Kong's annoyed. He's not used to having people ignore his commands. He's not used to having people just march away from him at a moment's notice and ignore him. Kong's not loving this. You can see that he, like, the fuse, which you know is like maybe a millimeter long, has just been lit. Like, you do not want to be around him at this point. The Fifth Nation pirates, seeing this, are now starting to move away from Kong. But more than that, the ones who are behind you are moving up to stand with Crake. As soon as Crake steps forward and goes, "Come on, we need a cool..." Sorry, I've now got fucking your father's voice stuck in my head. I have to unlearn this voice now.
I'm like real quick.
I don't think I can. I don't think I can do any other voice now. I think I'm locked into this forever. Right, okay, we're back. I'm good. We got Crake. All right, I'm back. Sweetheart. As I think we've got the name.
Before you continue.
Hello.
Real quick. How close is Keeko to me?
Like arm's length. You guys are all clustered together.
Yeah.
How close is his back? I've got this knife and I'd just like to... Well, I've seen how Ted and Jedd interact and I'm just thinking maybe I should be trying harder.
Just blasts off with sand all the makeup on my face. Like, damn.
I love this idea of Tilla like pushing Keeko into the dirt, holding up her badge and being like, "I'm arresting this criminal. Everyone stand down. This pirate's under arrest."
Not what I want to do.
The long con.
You did get the right thing that I want to use.
What?
No. I want to like stumble backwards and I want to take my badge and like try and pass it to Keeko.
Okay. Like slip it into his pocket or let him know you're giving it to him?
Probably just try and slip it into him without him noticing. If possible.
Keeko, I think you're about to be taken out as a rat.
Yeah, I get that feeling, yeah.
Looks like we've got a rat pig on the island, boys. Rat pig with a badge. That was really good. Holy shit.
That was so good.
That was so good.
To know or not.
Yeah, I live in the
I want him
country.
to know or not. Because what my whole thought process is King can only call me out that I am a sheriff,
Yep.
right?
That's true.
And the only way you can identify me as a sheriff is if
It's
I have
by
a
your
badge,
badge, which you have on you. Yeah.
which I have on me.
Yep.
If I can palm it off,
Same question.
Yeah.
and if I can palm it off to someone else, but I can't palm it off to like Lilly or Jedd.
Yep.
But if I can give it to potentially Keeko, the thing is, I don't know if I should let him know or not that he's holding it, because I don't want you to accidentally fucking be like, "Oh yeah, by the way."
Question.
He's pretty
Hello.
dumb.
What's the back made out of?
I believe it's
We
metal.
did have the same question. What was it, sorry?
It's metal. It would be metal.
Not made
Got a
of
coal
glass.
badge.
It's not made of glass.
No.
No. Sorry.
What's to
Or
stop
stone.
What's to stop you from? I don't know. This might be crazy. Just dropping it and then covering it with sand as a sandbender, rather than trying to put it into somebody's. Or this might be crazy. I know it's going to sound crazy. Just peg it.
Way more
stop him.
suspicious.
Ted, I need you to I need you to learn this lesson, Ted, because you didn't learn it last session. People are watching right now. People can see her.
Subtlety.
Tilla,
subtlety is a
I
big
mean,
one there.
Ted's not too far from an idea I had. we've
I
just
wanna
seen
get it
you.
off me.
We've just seen
Would you,
you
like,
sandbending
accidentally
to
trip
compress sand into sandstone to cover the grave of that young lookout. You've got your sand pouch right there. Is there some way you could maybe get it in your bending pouch and harden the sand at the base so that it's at least stuck inside your bending pouch of sand?
True.
Just trip over.
Yeah, let me help you.
But you can't find it again.
But if it's in my pouch, then it's on me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you don't run the risk
Why?
of Keeko being
Yeah.
cursed as well.
Yeah, could I? Yeah, because I just want to try and get it off me. Like, I don't want it to be, like, visible anywhere on me. So if they decide to search me, it's not there.
Yeah. Look, thing is right. Like, Tilla, you know how to search a criminal. You've done it before, so you know that if you were to drop it in your bending pouch, it wouldn't be enough to just put it in because they're probably going to tip out your bending pouch. That's what you do with Sandbenders when you take them back to the C1 Oasis. Like, that's how people smuggle all kinds of shit. So they're going to tip it out. But if you can harden it to the top of the pouch, because yours is like a clay jar, isn't it? It's a clay pot. If you could
Like a
harden
gourd.
it to the underside, yeah, like a gourd. If you could solidify some of the sand against the wall of that gourd, unless
Can
they
I
were
do
to
that?
throw it down and break it, you know that's going to be a pretty good spot to hide it away. And I've got
Can I
another
do
spot I
that?
thought of hiding it too. Yeah, of course you can. I am going to get you to roll with skills and training though to see how good you do.
That's perfectly fair.
Watch it be two more
Alright, I'm
ones
taking
and
the
watch
two bad rolls.
and watch Lilly not Lilly. Watch Tilla roll two ones, and rather than putting in the gourd,
Fuck you, it's an 8!
watch Tilla throw it up in the air and then be like, as she tries to unpin it and then accidentally fumble it. It just falls underneath between Craig's feet. It just looks down and goes, "What's this?" No,
Fuck
Tilla.
you, it's an 8!
Tilla, as you, I mean, this is easy to do. You just reach into your clothing as you push back as if you're moving away, and then you get into this bending stance. You hold your bending, you pull the gourd forward, you just drop the badge in really quickly as if you're getting ready to do some bending. And as you solidify the sand, you pull the sand out across your arm, getting ready as if you're just preparing for something to go down. As you pull the sand across, it is smooth, it is flawless. You hope. The people in front with Crake standing in the way, you don't think they would have seen you. But as the Fifth Nation pirates move up behind you, you're not 100% sure. I mean, with the moon high above, we know it's glinted off Ted's head. There's a chance here. There's a chance here that the metallic badge, the hyper-reflective, well-polished badge that you take great care of, if anyone behind you saw that glint, this could all fall apart. So you're
Why do you have to
hoping
look
at
after
this
your
point.
stuff so well?
What was that, Jedd?
Because I take pride in it, fuck
Why do you
you!
have to look after your stuff so well?
And the thing is, right, you'd be using the sand to polish it. That shit's going to be polished beautifully. You like sand abrasion it every time you want it polished. Alrighty. As you all get into positions, you'll take your moves. You watch as King strides forward, and as he gets close to Crake, he pulls his hand back forwards and then down into the sand, and you watch as a spear of earth flies up right at Crake's neck, this point right underneath his chin. Crake doesn't even flinch. You watch as he tilts his head and leans forwards a bit, the point pushing into his throat a little bit as a little bead of blood drips out from the point, as Crake looks dead in the eyes of King and goes, "You really want to try that? Here, against me, surrounded by my lads here. You really think you could take us all? Because let me tell you, lad, you can take me down, sure, it's a sharp spike. But you'll be joining me in the afterlife very quickly. Stand down now." Lilly.
Can I please use my move, is that the best you got, on King?
Yes, of course. Of course. Give me a second though, because we are doing this in sequential order,
Yeah.
but get that fucking
Chaos
shit ready.
Junkie.
As King stands there furious, he goes, "No, you don't understand. Those four. The Airbender. He was here too. The 5 of them. We've run into them
I don't know
before."
what I look like.
Yeah. He knows about Ted flying off. "I've run into them before. They're working with the law. The Siwong Oasis. She's a deputy. This little one's a psychopath. The Airbenders. You can't trust anything they've said to you. It's all lies. Run into them before. They're how I ended up getting captured. As he holds up his hand and shows you can see now up closer the raw wound that is still healing. Tilla, you've seen a wound not too dissimilar from this before. Actually, as has Keeko. Metal handcuffs. Hard to get out of. Can't earthbend out of them. Can't really waterbend or firebend out of them either. And airbending's not that great. It looks like he has dislocated and broken his thumb to get his hand out, which is why there's such a massive open wound where the skin's been stripped around his thumb. Looks like he actually pulled his arm out of manacles. It is rough, and that has not fully healed properly yet. You can see that it is still raw and still in. There's no way this is not causing him a great deal of pain. As he says that and looks around, you hear from behind him Admiral Kong stride up. I don't like to be ignored. What the fuck are you talking about, King? This one's one of mine. He looks over at the Fifth Nation disguise that Keeko is wearing, and then at the three of you and goes, you've got problem with your men and women. Fucking deal with it in your own time. Not during mine. It's at this point, Lilly, that your little move goes off. Would you like to describe, is that the best you've got so that we can all enjoy it thoroughly?
Okay, I would like to start with I rolled an 11.
That's a good start. That's a good start. That's a good start.
Let's go.
Yep, that's rolling with passion.
Is that the best you got? When you goad or provoke an NPC into a foolhardy action, say what you want them to do and roll with passion. On a 10+, they just do it. On a 7 to 9, they choose one of these options instead. On a miss, they're provoked to take harsh action. Anyway, I rolled an 11, so he's just going to do what I tell him to do now.
Fuck yes, he is. If it's possible. Like, if you tell him to, like, rip his head off, he's not going to do that. But yeah, like,
no,
get your heart out.
Yeah, it's a foolhardy action, not a suicidal one.
Yeah. What would you like?
So, I'm going to, like, kind of step out to the side of Craig because I was like kind of standing behind him.
Craig protectively stood in front of you. He knew he could see the king had a murder boner for you and Tilla, particularly you and Tilla. He's like, no way I'm letting this. It's Tilla's dad again, that voice. No way I'm letting this fucker mess with my sweetheart. Hey, there's no way I'm gonna let this. I'm not gonna let this come to blows. Too many young people have died tonight. Like you can see, like clearly what's going on in his head. Lilly, you step out from behind. Or do you like push out from underneath his legs as you step forward?
Yeah.
Just like, nice. Fantastic. That's even better. As you just duck underneath his legs and stand up right in front of him. He's tall. He's a tall guy. He's like 6'3". Like this is not a hard thing for you to duck under and quickly pop out from underneath his legs. What do you do?
I'm going to pop out and I'm just going to kind of like say to him, I don't think of like the best way to do this. What, you didn't think that I would make it here, so now that you can see that I've made it, you want to, ruin my chances with a better team than yours? Go on. Start a war you can't win.
Okay, start a war you can't win is open to interpretation, and I am going to interpret through the lens of how King would see that. Here's how King responds. The shard of stone that's pointing up at Crake's neck. You watch as King grabs his hand and closes, and the stone shatters, sending a spray of sharp rocks that strike into you, strike into Kong, strike into Crake, strike into Jedd, and strike into Tilla.
He just killed himself. He's just killed himself. Oh my god. Fuck!
Jedd, Lilly, Keeko, and Tilla. All of you are going to take 1 fatigue from this. Lilly, you're going to take an extra fatigue because you are up close and he is aiming specifically for you. So this is 2 fatigue. Jedd?
No, don't worry. Yeah,
don't worry. I am worried though. And so should you be.
I was going to see if I could take a condition instead, but no, it's fine.
If you want to.
If you need to.
What condition
No.
would you like to take?
Afraid.
Angry.
That checks out.
I need it for stuff.
You watch as Crake doesn't even flinch as these sections of jagged stone, most of them sort of embed themselves in the leather armor he's wearing underneath his clothing. This is the moment where you realize Crake is not unarmored. He's wearing leathers underneath the clothing as it slams in. But you can see blood like leaking through some of the gaps where it has plunged through into his chest. Kong, on the other hand, as the stone flies towards him, only 2 of the tiny shards strike into him. The rest seem to ricochet off stuff embedded in his flesh under his clothing. And as the clothing is partially ripped by this sudden spray of rocks, you see those shards of glass embedded in the side of Kong's face continue down his neck and into his chest and down the side of his body. Almost like an exoskeleton of glass partially embedded into the upper layers of his skin down the side of his body. As he does this, you watch as Kong snaps his head towards King. I will give you one warning. For the treaty that we made. Stand down. Keeko, Jedd, Tilla, you still have your moves. What would you like to do?
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie, artichoke.
I need to read some stuff.
That was always an option. Mate.
I would. Don't know.
Hello.
Do I
question.
call him out?
I would like. Oh, sorry. You can go ahead.
Do I call him out?
Quick question.
I was gonna the
many
situation.
how many people like the Fifth Nation people get potentially maybe caught in the crossfire?
Caught in the crossfire? What do you mean? Like between if you were to start fighting the Yellownecks on the beach here?
No. So when King did his thing of
None of the other Fifth Nation, just Crake and Kong. The reason being the other Fifth Nation weren't near you guys at the time. You deliberately described moving away a little bit, and the Fifth Nation were avoiding the body of the lookout, probably not wanting to be associated with him, knowing that next time Kong needs someone to punish.
Cool, but you also said some of them went to stand up.
Moving up
with,
behind
like,
you, yeah. But they're still moving up behind. They like this is all happening like every 6 seconds or so. They haven't had enough time to get up next to him. So none of them have been caught in the crossfire yet. But you can see there's at least 4 behind you, 3 off to your right, and 5 off to your left that are moving up closer as they see this kind of going down. And they can see shit's about to happen. But there's also something else I should mention, Tilla. The speed at which they were moving closer slowed down considerably when Kong emerged. They are not... They're not getting close to this guy. Like,
honestly, fair.
You get the sense that Kong, like collateral damage and Kong go very, very hand in hand.
Quick question: how many of them are like maybe around like our age?
Fifth Nation, maybe 1 or 2. And by our age, you mean like yours and
My
Lilly?
age, yeah.
No, then none are around your age. Most of them are close in age to Keeko, the younger ones. There's maybe like 2 or 3 who are close in age to Keeko.
Like Keeko.
Yeah.
Sorry, how old is Keeko today?
Keeko's 19, 20.
Yeah, I'd say 20s, something like that. Early 20s, like 21 maybe.
It's got up 2 more years.
This man's aged in days.
He's got reverse Benjamin Button syndrome. He just ages really fast. He just ages normally but fast. Yeah. Okay,
Can
Keeko.
I assess situations?
Yeah, man.
I'd like to have a crack at that. Why
Assess the situation.
Let's have a little roll.
Can one of your questions
looking
be,
great.
how fucked am I? Quite.
Similar.
Yeah.
From the situation here and how Kong is sort of like, telling him to back the fuck up and everyone's back the fuck up,
Oh, yeah.
would I be able to, like, leave the situation, perhaps, if I was to suggest that I go for the original plan and put Lilly onto the brink? If I was to leave. Do you reckon I can get away with that?
Keeko,
Brink. Does
you
look like I
get...
could be like, you know what?
Yeah, Keeko, you get the sense that this... I mean, look, that's the last thing Crake told you he wanted to do, to keep Lilly safe so they could figure this out. You get the sense that Crake's priority is still at this point, keep Lilly safe so that I can figure out what the fuck's going on here. And like, if anything, that's probably been heightened by the fact that Kong's just attacked her as the shards of stone fly out and strike into Lily's body. Like, you can tell that, like, the fact that he's immediately attacked her after Lilly said that So here's the thing, Lily, this is why that move has worked really well for you. Rather than him trying to rebut or saying anything more about that, as you have immediately gone, no, like, you didn't think I'd make it, like, blah, blah, blah. He attacked you. He looks so fucking suspicious right now. Like, when he said a war you can't win.
That's why it took a minute to word it. I was like, how do I make this really bad?
Yeah, when he said start a war you can't win, the war's not necessarily with Kong, the war's with you.
Yeah.
And the war is for the hearts and minds of the Fifth Nation. And at this point, it's not looking that great for him. So, Keeko, you think that probably that wouldn't go down too badly. You're not sure how Kong's going to react, but then again, like, Kong's he's a fucking psychopath. Who knows how he's going to react? Yeah, psychopath. Like, you don't know.
You want to get away.
But Crake, you know, Crake is like, he stepped in front of Lily, like he's trying to get her out of danger. You get the sense that probably wouldn't go down too badly, especially with Crake. You know that's going to. And
it
question is, do you,
King again.
and do you think this is something a Fifth Nation pirate would do? Yeah, you're following the orders that Crake gave you. You're trying to continue following your orders. You don't think this is going to blow your cover in any way, shape, or form. If anything, this might help.
Craig also promised to protect me last session when I used your rule stink. Technically, that was just, like, protect me from Glassy, but, like, he has promised to protect me.
Oh, yeah. That's why he stepped in front of you. Don't worry. Yeah. I've kept that in mind. Like, that was a very deliberate maneuver. If you had not done that, he wouldn't have stepped in front of you. He might have pushed you to the side. What the Archie, I swear to fucking God. I swear to God.
I was reading. What happened?
You are this close, Archie. You're this close to having the airbenders just slash your kite and you drop into the sea as they go, maneuver this!
Airplane. Okay. From that, I'm just gonna, like, make it known, like, holding Lily's hand and be like, well, this got a little rough here. Crack up. I think I'm just gonna put this little one in the brig, like we originally discussed. I think it's a bit dangerous around here, especially for a little girl.
As I'm, like, bleeding profusely from these shards of stone.
You've got both knives out, like, ready to stab someone.
No. The best bit about this is Lily hasn't gone in aggressive with attacking. Yeah. Lily's just standing there going, I guess you didn't think I could make... Like, the thing is, right, you can still kind of play this off as you not... It's not you goading him into attack. This is you being like, oh, you didn't think I could make it, but I did. Like, there's still plausible deniability here for you with that sort of childlike approach, which is why I liked how you phrased that. You've got options here. It's good. This is good. This might get you out of trouble. I did not see this ending well for you guys tonight, but actually, this is okay. This is you're getting this back on track.
This is Jedd the opposite of what Archie does every session.
I help.
The best bit is
trying to sabotage us.
The best bit is when Air Force 3 come in. Jedd and his two mates come in.
We need to save Jedd.
I just picture, like, Danger Zone, but with kazoos playing.
As you hear two kazoos, as you hear Ted going, I could be your hero, baby. As he comes down from above.
If you've seen the new season of Arcane, it's that, but less cool.
Oh, it's way less cool.
Yep.
And it's just three of them. It's just three people.
Three on the hover button going down, but just way less cool.
Yep, that's it. It's three of the firelights, but they forgot their hoverboards and the rest of their weapons and their pacifists. Oh, this is. Do you guys feel safe yet? Having the nomads on your side? I would. Okay, Jedd and Tilla. Jedd and Tilla, what are you two doing? I need to know what your plan is. Archie's got his emotional support dog here because we're bullying him again. Or is this his maneuver? Is he maneuvering the dog into our hearts?
I'm going to call out King.
I've maneuvered.
What have you maneuvered? Please, Jedd, you call out King. How do you call him out? Let's hear this as you use your balance moves. We love a balance move.
Well, I have to do a lot of stuff.
So you're going to try and call... So you want him to live up to his principle. What do you think King's principles are?
Yep. I don't give a shit. I'm just trying to antagonize him at this point.
Okay.
I'm hoping he goes further into uncontrollability and rage.
But you still have to kind of make a bit of a I guess the question is here, like, you need to kind of make a bit of a guess as to what his principle might be that you're calling out, because how you call this out will respond. That'll trigger how he responds. So What do you say?
Told ya.
Oh,
What's your
name
call
the sorry.
Yeah, I literally sent you a message saying,
Yeah, no.
do you actually know his principles?
I read everything except for everything after that comma, and I'm like, huh? What do you want about?
I literally said, you can't call him out. You don't know his principles.
Wait.
You can have a guess.
I know
What do you think? I reckon you guys know a little bit about King. You've spent a bit of time.
Yeah.
I think you could figure it out. And if you're close, if you don't get the word exactly right, but you're in the right direction, I'm not going to be a dick. I'll just make it a slightly harder roll. Like if you're like within a synonym, I'm not going to make you. It's not going to be a harder roll. It's going to be the same. If you're like close, it's going to be a slightly harder roll. If it's an antonym, it's the complete opposite. Then you're fucked, son. Like you better get ready.
What were your
Need the right
principles
name.
as Marco?
Good question.
Question.
Do you think
I think
King's a bit
so,
like Marco?
Action and forgiveness. Oh, 100%.
I think action or like something along the lines of like power.
What's the other one? Yeah, power's the other one, right? Power's the other. It's power and.
It also depends though on if Owen's used an actual playbook to create
I
an
know,
NPC.
there's- I know
So
NPCs can
do
have
keep in
different
mind
ones.
that NPCs often have different ones. Do you want me to give you an example of some NPC ones just to kind of get your
Yeah,
mind
give us an
thinking in the right?
example of King's one.
Yeah, give us an example that. Yes.
No.
Yeah, okay, this is gonna be someone who doesn't know the game. What the fuck is a principle?
So Prince, so that you know how you've got your
is it?
playbook and it's got the two things that you're torn between.
That's the balance.
The balance.
Oh, okay. Thank
NPCs
you.
have that too. Okay, so here's an example. Here's an example of some of the NPC principles. Let me quickly pull one open. I've got one here. Sorry, bear with me. I've got one here. Redemption is one of the principles for one of the NPCs that I've got here,
Yep.
and then I've got another NPC here, which is, power. You're right. Power is one of them. I've got a power one here too.
Okay, I'm leaning towards power or action. They're my two.
Action.
I think
I've given some other ones.
Feels so
Service, discovery. I've got a whole bunch open now. I've got the whole list.
Ooh, control might also be another good one,
yeah.
which is what I currently am.
Control and power are kind of much of a muchness though.
Attila is also the same as Mako.
Yeah.
Chat tabs. That's a good question. What's Ko's principle? I'm not going to tell you because it might come up, but save it for a Q&A. That's a great question.
Domination. Domination and submission.
Domination.
Dommy Daddy.
That's Owen's.
Of course it is.
Protein.
Protein. No. Ko's only principle is gains.
Yeah.
Gains, brother.
That's fair.
It's all about the
fine.
gains.
I
Jedd.
would laugh if his is like knowledge.
Gains, son. Gaining boyfriends and muscles.
Confidence.
Oh
Very
no.
confident.
Just the one boyfriend. I'm actually monogamous. Jedd,
Just make a guess.
what are you thinking? Come on, Jedd. What do you say? What do you say to
wait,
call him
wait.
out? And what's your principle?
No.
that you name?
I've scrapped that because I've given up on that.
Oh, okay. Jesus,
Fair
we
enough.
talked about it for like 10 minutes. Okay, what are you doing? Okay.
He needs another 10 minutes to
Should
figure
we
it
jump
out.
to Tilla while you think
It's got to
about
be
what you're doing?
action. It's got to be
Tilla.
action.
Tilla.
It's gotta be.
Okay, I rolled for guide and comfort.
Yes. Who would you like to guide and comfort?
7. I want to do it on Jedd, but I'm also at a loss of I don't know what the fuck to do to guide and comfort here.
I mean, it
Guide
could
and
be
comfort
something
someone.
simple
Make
where you
them feel
just
good.
you just turn to him and say like, "It's okay. We're gonna be alright. I'm gonna get us through this. If anything
Dude,
breaks
there's
off,
a bunch of people around us. I'm not gonna fucking say shit.
Why not?
Ooh. Wait, what?
You guys both yellow next. You can guide and comfort.
Ooh, that's a good one. Give him a hug.
let's give him a hug.
Thanks, Tabs.
Pat on the back.
I need a hug.
Pat on the back. King needs
Yeah,
help,
can I,
Tilla.
like-
Please comfort him from Tangent. Sounds like chat wants you to comfort King. He does. Look, if anyone looks like they need a hug,
No, if I
King
get any
looks like he
closer to
needs
him,
a
I'm gonna
hug.
punch him in the face. Let's be real. If I get any closer to
Guide
him,
and comfort
I'm
this
gonna
guy. Bam! Just smash him. Yeah. What's your plan? What's going on?
Yeah, can
What
I
do we do?
just like,
Yep. Just munch on some sand. Yeah, get a big spoon out. Yum, 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 yum.
Wander over to, but like keeping my like an eye on what's happening in front of me still.
Yeah.
But like move over to Jedd and give him like, you know, the thing that people do with like the hand on the shoulder and they kind of just give a comforting squeeze.
Yeah. Yep. Good old shoulder
God,
squeeze.
my shoulder.
Dude, my shoulder's the one that's fucked at the moment.
As you give him a shoulder squeeze, absolutely. And that's for Jedd to guide and comfort him.
Yes.
Jedd, here's the situation. You may clear a condition or 2 fatigue. And they may ask... Sorry, Tilla may ask you 1 question, and you have to answer it honestly. Or...
Oh, shit.
You can shut her down, and you give her a condition. And then she shifts your balance. It's a whole sequence of
Which way
shit.
does my balance get shifted? Just out of curiosity.
She chooses.
I choose. I have no idea. Please, for the love of God, don't do that.
Okay, you get to ask a question, I guess.
Yeah. You can just, as you like do the shoulder squeeze, you can quickly whisper a question that he has to answer honestly. Why were you banished, Jedd?
That answer isn't long enough for a 6-second
Jedd,
interaction.
Scrunch or fold? I need to know. I use a sponge.
What color underwear are you wearing?
I don't. I'm not.
Invisible.
You know what? I'm gonna just ask, are you okay?
Jedd, you have to answer honestly.
This is too long
This
for a
isn't.
6-second.
This isn't. Nah. I need more tea. Come on. Let's get a juicier question
Hey,
then.
do a
Let's,
better question.
yeah, juicier
okay.
question. We can do better. I reckon we can do better, Dragon. Spill the tea. Spill the tea.
How about
What-
that?
You know,
Keeko, huh?
Jedd's not okay.
I mean,
You can
look,
do it
what
live.
happened? Why? How has this happened? You have no idea why this has suddenly happened. Why has King suddenly come out? Why is he with the girl that Jedd was talking to? I mean, a good question could be, what the fuck went wrong? Might be good to know.
Say to her,
And he has to answer honestly. What did you say to her? Like, there's, I
tried to flirt.
Bad at dating.
I
Tried to
spoke.
flirt, so she
Okay.
went back to her ex.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Good
again,
question from
becomes an
Twitch.
incel.
Tangent asks, "Have you ever killed anyone, Jedd?" I mean, that's a juicy fucking
Good
question.
I
Yeah.
haven't killed anyone when I've been with you guys, I don't think. I've definitely
That's
tried.
not the question. The question was, have you ever killed anyone?
Oh, fuck!
Tilla. So many. These are good spill the tea questions. I reckon one of these is. Unless you can think of another one that's good. So spill the tea.
I'm also going to go back to plead and I'm just going to guess it. Call out.
Oh, okay. I might have one.
Ooh.
Could I ask him
Yeah.
No.
if everything went to shit, could he save Lilly?
It's an honest answer from you, Jedd. That's a good question. Keep in mind that Ted has not
Could,
yet
not would.
delivered you. Oh no, has Ted delivered you your kite? Yeah, but you don't have it with. Do you have? I think you have it.
I do.
You do have
I
your kite with you
I
because
have
you're
it
using it
with
as like a walking stick.
I'm using it as like a...
You.
Rose
Oh yeah, you wrapped some fabric around it, kind of disguised it as an airbender kite, didn't you? Okay, cool. Yeah.
Was it a could or would?
Could.
Could.
Not
Yes.
would.
Just say-
Yes.
You have the capabilities? Not so
I-
much the want.
I can... Well, it all depends on what happens, but yes, I definitely can, if need be.
There you go. There's your question. Ted, you may clear 1 condition or 2 fatigue.
Oh, thank you.
Jedd, not Ted. Ted,
Jedd.
do not do that.
Ted is fucking here.
You said Ted. I was
No,
like,
I take it back.
I'm gonna do the
Flying in the
call.
air.
Ted, if
Right.
I've got your character sheet open, if I see you clear any fatigue, I'm going to give you a condition, and the condition's going to be afraid.
Anyway, 'cause I've done nothing.
Exactly, and I'm going to give you the afraid condition as well. You watch yourself. Perfect. Okay, very nicely done. There is no need. There is no need for any balance to be shifted. Jedd, what you doing? It's your turn.
I'm back to the game plan, and I got a really good one from my friend over there. Shift your balance away from center, then name and roll with their principal. I'm
Okay.
going to say force.
Okay. And what is it that you say to challenge him when you call him out? What is it you say to call him out?
Is this how you treat your new recruits and your old allies?
Okay. Okay.
I'm just trying to like make him angry. Okay.
And what was it?
Like,
What was the principle you called out? You said it was force.
force?
Okay. That is not his principle, but it's not too far off.
That's fucking action, isn't it?
It's not too far off. I'm happy to reveal it's also not action. I'm not revealing any more than that. Otherwise, we're just going to play guessing and be like, is it harmony?
You could just tell us what it is.
No,
Is it
because you might
fun?
try this move again. Then you'll be
I
like,
can't afford to. I can't afford to, guys.
might not be you.
Does he now get to call me out? I don't.
I
remember.
believe he does.
This is that could is going to turn
So
into a
hang on,
go.
you need to roll. You need to roll. So you need to shift your balance away from center.
Yep.
And then name and roll with their principle. So you got the
Yep.
principle wrong. So I'm going to give you a penalty to this. So can you roll me
Okay.
just 2d6? So just do it as a roll where you get +0, and it's going to be a -1.
But
So if you've got a thing that's a -1 stat, you can just roll with that instead. That's fine.
Okay, yep, there we go. 6. I'm going to use my reroll now.
That's probably a good idea.
No, I'm not going to do that.
No? Oh no, that's way worse. Oh no. Okay, so we've got a 6 and a 4.
That's 10.
That is a
10
fail.
together.
On a miss, they demand that you act in accordance with one of your principles instead. Mark a condition.
Do they
will
know
act.
my principles?
He,
I think they
he doesn't necessarily know your principle, but he knows that you're an air nomad. He's seen you airbend. So you watch. Yeah. You strode into camp and unleashed gale force winds that blew him back into his tent. Jedd,
That
he knows
was
you're an
10.
airbender. No,
That
you did
was
as
10.
well. You did as well.
We
He
look the
watched.
same.
No, you don't. One of you has hair.
Oh my god, where have they gone? Crazy.
No
Okay.
object permanence.
Yeah. Here's what happens. As you say this, you watch as King turns to you and goes, "What about you, Airbender? Huh? When are you going to work? When are you going to live up to your goals and aspirations? When are you going to live with what your training was? You're a liar. All of you are." And as he points up towards your hairline and at your hands covered with gloves, he goes, "Pull his gloves off. You'll see his tattoos immediately. Why don't you take your gloves off and show them, Jedd? Does he know your name? I don't think he knows your name. Because why don't you take your gloves off and show them? Prove you're not an airbender." This is his request. You may choose to act as he has requested, or you may mark a condition.
Mark a condition, please. Please, for the love of God, mark a
Gloves
condition.
off. Gloves off, buddy. Let's go. It's over, mate.
I'm
It's
fucking
over.
throwing hands. Nah, I'm marking a condition.
I know. Which condition? Let's think through. Probably afraid works at this
Afraid,
moment.
no, yeah, I'm going
Insecure works. You know that, Jedd, you've just realized there's a massive flaw with your plan.
Guilty.
At any moment, all they have to do is ask you remove your gloves and you're fucked. You've got blue tattoos. It's very easy to you are in the most danger out of everyone here right now. You can't dispose of those tattoos in an easy way. Like, you didn't do anything to cover them up before you came. There's no
I should've
makeup or
got
anything
laser
covering
surgery.
them. Yeah, exactly. It's at this moment you see, corner of your vision, up in the sky, a sudden dot
No.
zooming down towards the beach. There's an explosion of wind that pushes around you as the sand begins to spin, as a green blur smashes into the beach right near the shoreline and stands up in a crater.
It's fine, guys.
As the water and sand begin to spin around her, you see Avatar Kyoshi stand and slowly turn, and you watch as the blue glow lights up her eyes as she looks towards all of you. "Stand down or face the wrath of the Avatar." And as she rises into the air, the wind buffeting around her, you watch as water begins to pull up, forming this spiral-like shape around her. Around you, all of the bandits The Fifth Nation pirates begin to cower as they move away, getting as far away from Kyoshi as they can. King stumbles back, looking up in horror and fear as he sees Kyoshi there. Korg
Get him, Lilly.
steps forward, holds his hands together, and pushes a blast of glass straight towards her. That is where we're going to wrap up for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. We are going to see the resolution of this next episode. We've got I think we can sort of reveal this now. For those lovely people who've made it all the way to the end, our Christmas special is going to be an Ember Island Players special. I can't think of anything better than doing an Ember Island Players version of what we've had today. When will we do that Christmas special? Well, I'm hoping we could do it as part of the normal story. We'll see how long this kind of shit goes down for, though. At this rate, at this rate, who knows? We might have to do it as like a slightly non-canon one, or as a bit of a flashback or a flash forward episode where we do the special Ember Island Players Christmas in the future. Archie, you looked a bit concerned. What's wrong?
Just
everything.
Just really love Ember Island Players. Did you think that was your big intro then with Kyoshi?
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
No, I assume we're gonna come as soon as everything's resolved and yeah.
Look like an idiot? Yeah.
So here's the thing. You flew for 10 minutes up the mountain, chatted for about 3 or 4, and then you've now flown back. A bit quicker on the way down because you can use gravity to help you out. It's probably about 5 or 6 minutes. Exactly.
Yeah, so we're looking about 20 minutes back.
Yes, exactly. It's about a 20-minute return journey.
Yeah.
So I'll let you know when you're coming in. I promise you, I am not the kind of guy who will be like, well, actually, it would have taken you 22 minutes and this wrapped up at 21 minutes. I'm not going to do that to you. You will not be coming in right as the situation is resolved unless you detour off this path and make deliberate decisions. I'm not going to help you in that instance. But if you are coming straight back down really quickly, I'm not going to do that.
I assume we're coming straight back down. I'm not going to have a chat with the female.
No,
I mean, maybe I might, but I probably won't.
I figured that, and so I'm not going to be a dick. This is obviously you will not be coming back while everything's ended. Don't worry.
Anyway, do you guys remember the Santa Claus movie?
Yes.
In the scene where the elves, ELVS, come to rescue Charlie.
Oh yeah, they
get taken. Yeah, that's all I'm imagining. It's us 3 coming down, but just like really late.
That's pretty funny. That'd be very entertaining. And he's gone. He's gone. Well, thank you so much, everybody. It has been wonderful playing some more Avatar Legends with all of you here to join us. Thank you so much. Remember, if you're watching us on Twitch, don't go anywhere. We're going to go and raid a lovely friend of the channel. For those of you who are watching on YouTube or listening to the podcast, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. It's always super lovely to have you come and hang out with us. Remember that if you like what you see and if you've enjoyed the session, make sure you give that subscribe button a good workout and leave a comment and a like. Or if it's on the podcast, you can do all sorts of fun stuff. I believe you can leave reviews. Some things even let you leave comments on podcasts now, which is crazy. So make sure you do those things. It really, really does help us out. And if you want to look extra fabulous like Bree does tonight, you can hit the merch store. All of the links are now fully functional and take you to the correct store. So you can find them straight away. So thank you so much, guys. Stay safe, stay well. For those of you on Twitch, we're going to go and raid Corsair's Cove, who are always fun to come and raid on a Thursday night. Looks like they're doing some more Humblewood. I love their Humblewood campaign. It's excellent. So let's head on over and give them some love. Stay safe, everybody. Stay well. We'll see you all again super soon. Goodbye.
Bye.
See ya. Mwah.